Let's see. Are we there? I think we're live. Yep. There we go. What's up, G-Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G-Show Podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out live stream. And boy, do we got a live stream for y'all today. Oh, look at that. I jump into the chat. They're in the middle of talking. This is what I'm talking about. This is how live streams work. You just jump into places. Surprise, bitches. We're live. Right in the middle of a conversation. That's how it goes here on the G-Show live stream. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, happy Friday. Last week I was a little bit ill. This week I just can't hear out of my right ear. But I don't need no audio receptor to keep going and talking to spew the mew into the stew, which is this Geek Out. And there's a lot of shit to stew in the spew. You know what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to the panel, the co-hosts, the cohorts on the live stream. First up, we got JR. What's going on, my brother?
Hello.
I don't trust him when he's like that. I don't trust him at all. I say it time and time again. I just don't trust him. Also joining is my right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the block party, G73, a.k.a. Megzy, a.k.a. my brother Chase. How the hell are you?
Oh, just a little disappointed. I've wasted the awakening half of my day watching this summer game fest of just all these very lackluster looking games, but it's all right.
Games. You know who don't play no games? My last guest of the day, Shin Rob Jiro. What's up, my brother?
I'm playing games.
God damn.
I'm playing Alan Wake 2 on physical disc.
Oh my God.
What you talking about? You set me up with for that one, man. I'm sorry.
No, that was on me. I deserve to eat that one. But speaking of eating, let's have a liquid lunch. Yeah, look, like the previous 10, 11 weeks, this is a live stream, which means the channels is open, which means that throughout the stream, we might have random guests pop up as they normally do. But this is a stacked podcast today. Honestly, we got a lot to talk about. We had 2 trailers that dropped this week. Franchise favorites, unbelievable. We also got to talk about Monsterverse news because guess what? Legendary has picked their guy to direct the next Godzilla X Kong movie, and it ain't nobody we expected it to be. Hell, I can't even pronounce his name. And of course, we got to talk about Godzilla -1 shadow dropping last week after the live stream, completely decimating all the fucking streaming services, being number 1, knocking, rocking, and rolling. Unbelievable. Very, very happy to talk about all that stuff. And yeah, of course, the game show that was on right now. The game show formerly known as E3. I don't care what anybody says. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
That was happening. We were watching it. That's why we started a little bit late today, because I was enthralled by it for whatever reason. And I was like, I got a stream to start. And I haven't even gotten no fucking images yet. But neither here nor there. We're here now. Let's start rocking and rolling right off the bat with the first thing that dropped this week, I would say, which would have been the Venom 3 trailer. Venom, The Last Dance.
Alien Romulus.
That wasn't the first thing that dropped this week. Alien Romulus came out on Tuesday. Venom 3 came out on Monday.
Yep.
But let's talk about this trailer, honestly. Have we all seen it, first off?
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay, all right. Thumbs up. I know Gam Gams has seen it too, but Gam Gams' lunch happened already. Hopefully he pops up in on a break so we can get his opinion on it. But I'll start with the most negative Nancy there. I'll start with you, brother Chase. Why unfortunately?
Dude, I love Venom. and I really liked the first movie. But as these movies have progressed and have made Venom into just the butt of a joke, I think whereas I can forgive Venom 2 for what it was because of it being a COVID film, Venom 3 here just looks laughably, obnoxiously just as a insult to Venom. And it just, I mean, I mean, and I love Tom Hardy too, but it just, to me, for the something that's called The Last Dance, for this supposed to being the final film that they're doing, this just honestly looks like it's going to be a box office flop. It looks like the trailer's going to cause a lot of people to be cringe and to walk away from the movie. The movie just had so much of what we didn't want in Venom, like the jokes, the repeated jokes, the stuff that's just ridiculous. And I don't know, maybe that can save the movie, maybe that can be good for what the movie has going for it, but to me it just looks like it's an embarrassing film. And I hate saying that because I love Venom and I think the character's great, and I really was excited back when they announced Venom coming to a live action franchise. And it's just gradually after the first Venom, I just see that these movies are just getting really laughable and just not in a good way laughable, and it just makes me a little bit sad. I mean, I'll still probably go see it, or I might wait till VOD, I don't know. But it just looks like an embarrassment. It doesn't look, it just looks like a movie they're just throwing away just because of a tax write-off. And I just, I feel very embarrassed, and I'm sorry for Venom fans. You know, if this movie just doesn't look like it's it.
Wow. Oh, okay. Rob, you saw the trailer. You liked it, or you agree with Brother Chase?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. I mean, following Venom 2, the hokiness, the jokes, the goofiness, it's exactly what I was expecting. And I really don't know what else to say. Like, I'm going to go see it. I'm going to. Like, I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one for what it was. And I have no reason not to see the third one this time. I mean, I can actually go see it in theaters, which is great. But I don't know. I'm a Spider-Man fan. I'm a Venom fan, but I'm not a fan like that, you know?
Right.
It's like I'm aware that Venom has much darker roots. He's got much better stories and stories that are being told. I'm aware that Cletus Cassidy is this fucking unforgivable psychopath, all this other stuff. And I don't know. These are movies that I can just watch and enjoy for what they are, and I get why people don't like them. I get why there is like an air of disgust and dismay with them. I get it entirely, because that's not Venom, like, to a T. We know that. We all know that. But yeah, it got me excited, so I'm gonna go see it, and it's probably going to be the last one. And yeah, it will not affect the greater being of my life, but I will go see it.
Gotcha. JR, opinions?
I haven't seen a single one of these movies solely based off of trailers. I'm just going to say it. They don't look good. Okay? And Venom isn't my favorite Spider-Man villain. It's just not. That's Doc Ock. So the Venom movies never really super got me going to begin with. Like, I never got excited. Oh, they're making a Venom movie. I didn't care. That being said, the trailer's bad. This one's a bad trailer. I mean, and you know, and I can't downplay the fact that there is a market for these movies. I just wish people on Twitter would stop saying that it's one of the greatest Sony trilogies of all time because Spider-Man would like to have a fucking word with you. Stop it. Just, y'all are stupid if you're saying that. But I watched the trailer. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's embarrassing. But again, I can't hate it. You know, I talked to a couple of people today about it. They pretty much had the same opinion on me, or as me, as like, not big Venom fans. Spider-Man fans, yes. Not big Venom fans, just not feeling it. And I'm like, yeah, I never watched the other ones. And they were like, yeah, they're all right. And that's the thing. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you know, that's fine. I'm just going to sit this one out.
Yeah, as a Venom fan, even rocking my Venom shirt today, that's unrelated. But as a Venom fan, I liked the first movie. I did. I don't know about Tom Hardy being, you know what I'm saying? Like that was probably my only gripe. But Tom Hardy kind of did his thing as Eddie Brock, but I that just wasn't the type of guy I ever pictured Eddie Brock being. But I digress. So I did enjoy the first Venom movie. It was silly. It was goofy. It felt right. It felt like the right movie. It felt like the right vehicle for that, especially because you can't use Spider-Man. So I was like, all right, whatever. It did a good enough job to be like, okay, you can totally get a pass. Where I think they might have messed up was this probably should have been the second movie, and then Let There Be Carnage be the third movie. Because I think Cletus Cassidy is more of who people would say, yeah, that could be a final boss for Venom. You know, it's fucking Carnage, for crying out loud. It's Carnage. And not only that, could you imagine if there was some kind of a deal struck with Marvel and Sony where you can have Spider-Man pop up? Let There Be Carnage would be the one to do it.
So, real quick, talking to someone about this, and it didn't click in my head, and then I remembered, in the trailer, it shows the symbiote from No Way Home that was supposed to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. How?
It's in the second movie. I mean, no, it's in Spider-Man, and it's in the second movie.
It's in the second Carnage or the Venom movie?
Yeah, at the end of Let There Be Carnage, the worlds of reality shifts, and Eddie Brock is looking at Peter Parker outed as Spider-Man on the news, and he's like, who's that?
Yeah,
Who's
and that's
Spider-Man?
where I'm confused, because at the end of No Way Home, Eddie Brock was in the MCU universe having a shot, and then he gets blipped back into Sony's universe, but that little symbiote stayed.
Yeah.
That's in this trailer, and that confused the hell out of me. I'm like, what?
Maybe.
That's MCU's universe. Are we in the MCU now?
Which, again, would have been a perfect way to set up Let There Be Carnage.
Exactly. Oh,
For
I
the
can't
third
disagree
movie,
with you
for
on
the
that.
third movie. But that being said, this trailer, honestly, it gave me a lot of Let There Be Carnage. I wasn't a fan of Let There Be Carnage. I honestly think they dropped the ball with that one. And this trailer showed me a lot of that. Like, I got a lot of vibes from that. I just don't have a connection with Venom and Eddie Brock. Let There Be Carnage ruined that for me. Like, it was kind of dull. And not dull, dumb. It was kind of dumb. And I was just kind of like, I don't like the symbiote running around acting like a big fucking baby for no reason. Like, I don't know. But this trailer, I didn't perceive a threat in this trailer. Like, there was nothing. What the hell was that on the side of the airplane? A space dog? Now, if they would have been like, Null is coming, the King in Black, I'd have been like, time out. Hold up. But then again, if you go that route, I feel like that's something Marvel would have needed to do or be involved in heavily, so you can utilize the threat that actually is. Because that was actually, I did enjoy that comic, that whole event they did in Marvel. But I don't know if that's what it's going to be. I'll be honest with you. The only Venom comics I read besides like the original Lethal Protector, which I think I had the first 3 issues, maybe 4, would be sporadic and only in Spider-Man comics. And it wasn't until the whole King in Black story arc that I went and started reading Venom. But at that point, I don't know, it was probably like Venom Volume 3, maybe Venom Volume 4. We had, Flash Thompson was Venom. We had Matt Gargan as Venom already. I didn't read none of those. I went back, Eddie Brock is Venom again. He has a son. All this craziness going on. I was like, all right, and I followed along. Nick Spencer did his damn thing. I enjoyed the run for what it was. I read into Al Ewing's run. And then I actually wind up catching up. And then because I caught up, I just forgot that it was coming out. And so now I don't remember where I left off, and I won't go back. But I digress. The trailer really, I don't know. I didn't feel like that, oh my God, what's going to happen, the way, the first Venom is like, holy shit, a Venom movie. The second Venom is like, holy shit, Carnage. This should have been that holy shit moment. It's this. I didn't get it from this trailer.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because they didn't reveal anything like imposing. Like, this is the big bad. Like, if they would have showed, like, the sun being blotted out, or the moon being blotted out, or the moon turning red, some crazy shit like that. Some kind of threat where it makes you look at this and say, oh, this is it. They're going to kill Venom. They're killing both of them. Because here's the deal. Hear me out. What if that piece of symbiote that's in the MCU stays there, and this Venom dies, but that symbiote turns into the Scorpion Venom or something else, something that Spider-Man can actually fight whenever they decide to make the next Spider-Man movie. Come on, Sony. Come on, Marvel. Get it together. Stop fucking around.
Yeah. I'm wondering if they're saving it for Secret Wars. I'm just saying.
That's it.
If they go that route, that's all you got to do.
That's exactly what they're doing. You fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I got to go see this movie now just for that one scene.
Yeah, right. Listen, if that leads into Secret Wars, my ass is in the seat. I am a huge fan of the original Secret Wars comics. So I'm just saying, that could lead into it. Remember, Peter Parker's back to being friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's not Tony Stark Spider-Man anymore. He's humble, grounded. He's got to learn what it's like to be a hero from nothing. What if he's having a hard time in this symbiote? I don't know, like the Avengers are like, we need you. The symbiote tags along. They go to the other planet. Listen, just read the fucking comic.
I didn't even think about that. I think that's the route. That's how they save Marvel.
Smart as hell. It would be smart as hell. Last Venom movie, Eddie Brock is done. This is like Sony handing it to Marvel. It's like, you do this shit now. We're going the Morbius Madam Web route now.
No. Let's not do that. And honestly, it's unfortunate, but this is the end of Sony's money-making Spider-Man tie-ins.
Yeah.
Even if Let There Be Carnage I wasn't a big fan of, I mean, it made decent money. Enough to make a fucking a sequel. Now we got the trilogy, but yeah,
well, and you had the tie-in songs like the first movie with Eminem. He did the main track for the movie, and that song was played a lot. It was, and that makes money for Eminem and Sony.
Yeah, that Venom song sucks. I can't stand it. Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's terrible. I'm not saying Eminem's good. He sounds like a dirt bike revving its engine.
Yeah.
Venom.
It's like Beavis going. That's what it reminds me of. Sorry, Eminem. I do love Houdini though. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Eminem killing it with the multiverse of music videos.
I didn't watch that. I refuse to watch that.
Oh, dude, it's
great. I know
great.
you guys shared it. I'm sorry.
It's great. It is so good. It is.
I know everyone at work's been talking about it all week. They're like, Jared, did you watch it? I'm like, no, I don't like Eminem, dude.
Did they call you Jared?
No, JR.
Oh, okay. You said it fast and it sounded like Jared.
I'm sorry. Listen, I talk fast sometimes. It's okay. Listen, Venom 3 is gonna suck. Okay.
But the symbiote in the Marvel Universe for Secret Wars to give Spidey the black suit. That's genius.
Yeah.
Kevin Feige,
It
you
is
still got it
genius.
somewhere. You still got it. You still got it somewhere. You haven't shown it since the last Spider-Man movie, but it's still there
They
somewhere.
haven't. Who knows? Maybe it went from Mexico to New York. It's okay.
6 months.
Yeah, insert your own joke here.
Wait, am I? Was there a Venom dog in this trailer? There was, right?
That was a horse.
A horse, Venom horse. Okay.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, but you know what? The Ghost Rider did the flaming horse thing better.
And the
Yeah.
funny thing about that is they have to appease those people that don't like animal endangerment with him saying, "Is there a way you can do it without killing it?"
That's terrible.
then Venom's like, "We'll find out." But it's like, no, you did that for the sake of like, yeah, because you knew if you killed the horse, people would be upset.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I grew up in a time where I saw Artex die in the bog. You understand? And yes, it was a heartbreaking moment,
Yeah.
but like,
Oh, it's.
Peter wasn't running around canceling the never-ending story.
I swear to God, why are we bringing up a never-ending story? I can't handle this emotionally right now. I just got the hotel tickets, and you're sitting here fucking telling me this?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
It's a great movie. What could I say? It's got a banger of a theme song.
Oh, it's
okay?
fucking fantastic. I don't hate the never-ending story. It's just emotionally, I can't handle it.
I saw the Never-Ending
man.
Story 2 in theaters. I remember my mom, and we were all like, "What the fuck is this? What is this? This is not. Where's the theme song?"
I was offered a horse burger one time, and the only reason I turned it down is because I already ate a burger and they gave me IBS.
Oh my god! What?
Listen,
Jeez.
I think Venom 3 is going to appeal to the fans of the movies. And then people like me who don't give a shit about Venom, we're just going to be like, okay. And I think that's okay, though. Is that not just okay? Like, I can't get mad at this shit. Yeah, you guys saw me watching the trailer and I was rolling my eyes. I'm like, oh my god, this looks terrible. But that's
But
fine.
you have to ask the question: who does this appease to? Even if you are a big Venom fan, because this movie just looks like it's not going anywhere. It just looks like a mess.
I've seen people, for instance, on Rob's Discord channel that they're loving it. They're loving it. They followed the movies thus far, and they're like, yeah, this is my Venom trilogy. This is what I've wanted. And I'm like, fine. I don't say anything, of course. I think to myself, and I'm just like, if this is what you want, that's fine. But the people like me, we just move on. I'm going to go watch my weird Spanish zombie movie called Silent Zombies of the Tombs or whatever the fuck I bought.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it looks good.
Well, I'll tell you what does look good. Unfortunately for me, that this Last Dance trailer didn't do it. Who knows? Maybe the second trailer comes out and I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Right now, I'm 50-50. But you know what does look good?
None of the trailers we watched?
Oh, Alien Romulus! Holy shit! Wow! Wow! I'm gonna start this one off because this trailer done fucked me up in ways I was sitting there like, you can't be fucking serious. You could throw your arms at, you could squint your eyes, you can smell your own ass all you want, JR. I'm telling you right now, this trailer brought the motherfucking mojo back to the alien fucking universe.
Oh,
This trailer came hard. This trailer gave you everything.
I'm sure it did.
Yeah, it did. It sure did. Listen. There were sequences in this trailer where I was like, that is dope. That is dope. But honestly, I think my favorite fucking part of this trailer is like when it said, "In space, no one can hear you," and then it was that fucking noise. That
Yeah.
really crazy noise that you heard when Heath Ledger's Joker was on the screen. That real fucking chaotic noise. While everybody's screaming in the background and you can't hear them. I had to applaud that. That shit was fan-fucking-tastic in my book. Not to mention, that trailer did everything the teaser didn't. The teaser, I was making fun of shit. This, I was sitting there, I was like, oh, man, my chest hurt. Let me look inside. Oh, this one hit. It had everything I needed. And I'll tell you right now, this dude Fede Alvarez, bro, that dude's something else. He's got a knack. He's got a knack. Rob, what you think of the trailer?
I love the teaser, and I love the trailer even fucking more. I mean, we've been going through a bit of a drought with the Alien franchise. Prometheus was what it was. Alien Covenant was a pile of shit, save for like 2 things.
Same.
And
Agreed.
to finally get an Alien trailer from the franchise that actually feels like it's in that world, it's in that setting, it's got the atmosphere, it's got the tight fucking claustrophobic pieces to it. It feels like a fucking Alien movie. And I think the best thing about this trailer being so good is that the minute Disney bought Fox, everybody's like, great, we're going to get a PG-13 Alien movie and it's going to be a Disney princess shit. Fuck off. No, this looks the exact fucking opposite. It looks like everything that I could have wanted out of an Alien movie so far. And to know so much of the creature stuff is practical is just the icing on the cake. Apparently, the xenomorph is a combination between a puppet, a hydraulic puppet, and a dude in a suit for some shots, apparently. So I'm all in for it. I was in for it with the teaser. The trailer didn't kick on hard, bro. I'm there. You don't even need to ask me. I'll be there. Opening night Thursday. I'm going to get my face hugger fucking popcorn bucket that I can take home and fuck later. It's great. I can't fucking wait. I am so here for Alien Romulus. And Fox and Disney, if you take my fucking idea for a face hugger fucking popcorn bucket, I at least want like half. It'd be great. And you know it would be great too. But no, like, dude, I'm there. I'm so there. If this movie ends up sucking, I'd be vehemently surprised.
Venom 3 is going to turn out better than Alien Romulus. Oh, we're dead. We're dead.
Don't even joke about that.
Can't even do it.
Don't do that.
Brother Chase, we thought this movie was going to come out on Hulu, kind of like Prey did. But no, this is getting a theatrical release. What did you think of this trailer?
Wait a minute. I never thought this movie was coming out on Hulu.
I
I
swear
knew
to
years
God,
ago this movie, when it was announced, it was coming to theaters.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you guys were talking about this a while back too. So
That it was coming out on Hulu?
No. I
Yeah.
never knew. I never thought this movie was coming to Hulu. I knew this movie was coming out to theaters.
Oh, well, I thought
So it must have been some other Chase you've been talking to. But anyways,
you're clone.
I loved the teaser. I was very interested in it. And the trailer for this that just came out, I thought was fantastic for an Aliens film. I'm very interested to see how the actress who played the little girl in Pacific Rim Uprising is going to handle having a lead in this movie as the main character in Alien Romulus. It's going to be interesting seeing how she transitions from that movie to this, but I think as long as it's nothing touched by Ridley Scott, I think that this movie will do perfectly fine. I mean, it looks like an Alien movie. It reminds me of almost like a District 9-esque type film with aliens, and I'm all for it. It looks chaotic. It looks dark. It looks gruesome, and Alien looks like Alien, and I'm excited about that. I have no complaints about this at the moment, and I'm excited for when it comes out in August. But it literally is going to be Venom versus Alien, so that's going to be funny.
Yeah, I just realized it wasn't you. It was your clone, Base Chase. Base Chase was the one that thought it came out on Hulu. No, you know, it's
That's
funny.
the one we accidentally fed after midnight, and then we had to shoot him.
We had to put him down. Yeah. So, sorry about that again, Brother Chase. I did not know. I did not mean it. Stop letting your clones out of the fucking attic.
Stop drinking Modelo's after 3 a.m.
You goddamn clone sons of bitches. No, but you make a good point. Kaylee Spaney from Pacific Rim. Not only her, but at the same time you got that oh, what's her name? Oh my God, the girl from Transformers. That was in a similar position.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Isabel,
wasn't
Isabel Mercedes, whatever. I can't pronounce her last name. But you know, same kind of thing. But Kaylee Spaney, I think actually she could hold her own. I mean, she was Priscilla. She was in that Elvis Presley's Wife's movie. She played Priscilla. The girl got some chops. Now, as far as horror goes, we'll see. She was also in Civil War, which I don't
flopped.
I don't blame her, but fucking movie, bro. What the fuck did I watch there? I digress. That's a stupid movie.
Just watch Late Night with the Devil. Somehow it's the same director.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Fede Alvarez did Late Night with the Devil?
No, I'm talking to Civil War and Late Night with the Devil. I was saying that. They're the same
Is
director.
it really?
It is.
I did not know that.
Day, dude. Night and fucking day.
Holy shit, I did not know that.
This motherfucker should only make horror movies because holy fuck.
I think that's where he started from, was a horror movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like he got a name from horror.
He needs to go back. I'm just saying.
And I'm not stereotyping this, but let's be for real here. Some of these Spanish dudes, they come out and they make a horror movie, and then that's it. They got a name. They're like that guy.
Hey, and I'm not going hard. Fede Alvarez made a YouTube video that Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell, and the third guy, the producers, saw and liked, and then hired him to make Hands Down.
I'm sorry to tell you this, buddy, but they were not the same director.
Okay,
Alex
well,
Garland did Civil War,
Yeah.
and Late Night with the Devil was done by a different director named Cameron Cairnes, and it was also co-directed
about
with a guy named Colin Cairnes.
listen, we'll talk about that later because I literally fucking not that long ago looked into this shit. But we'll talk about that later. All I'm saying is Fede Alvarez made, hands down, one of the best Evil Dead movies ever made.
That's true.
He did. You cannot fucking deny Evil Dead 2013 isn't a damn good reimagining of the original Evil Dead. It's fantastic. Oh god, the ghost is back.
You can't do that. What?
Oh god, the ghost is back. Evil Dead 2013 is fantastic. And then he went to direct Get Out. Did you guys watch that one?
Get Out?
I'm not
Yeah.
into the Jordan Peele movies.
Fede Alvarez.
Fede.
Fede
You're
Alvarez.
thinking of Don't Breathe.
Sorry, same shit.
Don't breathe. Yes.
Don't Breathe.
Hey,
Did
Get
you
Out
guys
was
watch
Jordan
that?
Peele. Yes, I've
Yes.
seen Don't Breathe.
That's the one with the blind guy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't watched that, but I've watched enough clips to where, Ray, remind me. I need to watch that tomorrow. Fucking seriously. I
Did you
need to
just
watch-
call
I
me
know
Ray
it
Romano?
happens.
What the fuck? Jared, Ray Romano, you gotta slow down.
I know. I need to stop drinking, dude. Anyways,
Please.
he's a fantastic director. But we've been here before with Alien.
Get him off my stage.
No, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. We've been here multiple times with Alien, and it's only worked twice. It was called Alien and Aliens. Alien 3, the producer's cut, sure. David Fincher went on to be one of the greatest directors of all time. Didn't get to make his Alien movie, and then the French made Alien Resurrection. We don't count that. Nobody counts the French in Alien Resurrection. And then you had the Alien versus Predator movies. Terrible. Fucking terrible. Prometheus is an alien movie. It's not. It's in the same universe. It's not an alien movie. It doesn't count. The Deacon Morph is not a fucking xenomorph. They're two separate fucking entities. Alien Covenant was a fucking travesty of a movie. dorsal plate, dorsal tube, whatever, clipping through the floor. I'll never get over that shit. That is fucking terrible. We've been duped with the Alien franchise before, and yes, the trailer looks good. I will admit that. I have no hopes. Because like Star Wars, I'm tired of getting fucked. So I have no hopes. My hopes and dreams have been crushed multiple times. I'm done. I've been done. I know, listen.
Nope, because here's the deal. Listen to what you just said, and this is where
he's a fantastic director.
No, I'm not
understand
I'm not even talking about that. Listen to what you said about the franchise in its own right. You said we've been here before. That's what you said. Off of the trailer. We've been here before, and you said we only got 2 good movies out of it. We didn't see this movie yet. So maybe this is the 3rd good movie out of it. So you can't sit here and say I've been and I get the Star Wars thing, but we also seen Star Wars trailers that were like, that looks like it's gonna suck, and sucked. This doesn't look like it's gonna suck.
Jedi trailer looked fantastic, and that movie was shit. The Rise of Skywalker's trailer looked great, and it was shit. Oh my god.
No, all I'm saying is you can't sit here and say we've seen this before and only 2 good things came from it. Because if we've seen it before, then what this trailer is doing is taking from those 2 things and making it a part of that.
I'm just saying, my ass is in the seat. It's Alien. My ass is in the seat. I'm scared. We've been here before, and it's been nothing but fucking disappointment.
We haven't been here before. We've been...
That's true.
We went further into the future. We took Ripley and cloned her. We killed her. We cloned her. We went a different direction.
We went to Earth to go back to Earth.
This is in the middle of Alien and Aliens. Has nothing to do with the Ripley storyline.
It's fine.
There's no Nostromo, no Sulaco. This is just straight up. No LV-426. This is just straight up the Romulus.
No, and that's
that
fine.
Is everything you should be loving, because as a comic book fan, especially the Colonial Marines, we had this conversation. This is what you want.
Fantastic. Go read the Colonial Marines series. They're great.
You wanted an offshoot alien story that had nothing to do with anything that happened before, and here it is. And you're like, yeah, no.
And listen, all I'm saying is, it's a damn good chance that this is going to be good. Because I was seeing in the trailer some Alien Isolation fucking vibes. And that game, go play that shit. Alien Isolation's fantastic. I was getting a lot of those vibes, but I just can't help but just be like, I got hyped for Covenant, and it hurt my soul. You know, it cut me deep.
Everybody got hyped for Covenant because they saw an actual xenomorph, quote, quote, and it just ended up not being that.
Okay, well, before we go on, I gotta introduce to the live stream, Gam Gam Z1 is here. Thank you, Gam Gam, for popping up on your break. Appreciate it. How are you?
Hi. How's it going, guys? How's it going, everybody, in the live stream?
It's going.
No, it's not really going. We're kind of sinking.
No, we're not. JR's the only one sinking.
All I'm going to say, Gam Gam, share it in Rob's Discord. Share it where you can. I've shared it where I can. You share it where you can, if you got to say.
Look, here's the deal.
Sure.
Where are you at with the Alien Romulus trailer, Gam Gams?
I am very hype. Very hype.
So
it looks fantastic. It looks like probably is going to... It might very well be my favorite Alien movie since Aliens. I don't know yet because it's just a trailer, but I was thoroughly impressed. However, there is a tiny bit of doubt in the back of my mind because one word and one word only, Disney.
That's a good point. I didn't even bring that up.
Disney has ruined Marvel. Disney could ruin Alien. So...
No, Disney ruined Star Wars.
It's R-rated. It's not PG-13, so that's one good sign.
Yeah.
That is a good sign. That is.
So, I mean, I get the Disney worry at this point, but it really does feel like they're rather hands-off with this stuff.
Hey,
And I hope they're as hands off as humanly possible.
Yeah,
remember-
especially for the director, because
Remember-
again, Evil Dead.
remember when
Yeah.
Kevin Smith came out? He did Clerks. He did Mallrats.
Why
He
are we
did
talking about
Chasing
Kevin
Amy.
Smith? We're
Yeah,
talking about
it's going. I got a point. He did Clerks.
Okay.
He did Mallrats. He did Chasing Amy. He did Dogma.
Yeah.
Remember all that, right? Like
Ugh.
everybody was loving that fun stuff, right?
Yeah, get rid of Dogma and we're good.
Dogma is fucking fantastic. You're out of your mind.
No, it's not.
Snooch to the motherfucking mooch. I love it. I digress. That all came from Miramax Films. Miramax Films, what was just so happened to be owned by Disney. So stop. We gotta.
No.
Stop. They bought
I-
20th Century Fox.
No, listen. Here's the difference. Here's the difference. Back then, that was 90s, early 2000s Disney's, not modern Disney.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we got Prey.
That was Michael Eisner's Disney, not Bob Iger's Disney.
We got Prey. And that was an
Prey.
R-rated movie.
Yeah, and Prey was good. It really was. And it brought the Predator back to the forefront. I agree, but Alien, that's a different animal. Like, Predator's never been horror.
What are you talking about? He skins people alive. He cuts
That's
dudes' head
science.
off.
That's
What
science
is it?
fiction. That's action
the-
science fiction.
What?
It's not horror.
Wait, what are you talking
You
about?
can
What
skin
the
people
Predator's a fucking
as an
alien. What's the
alien
xenomorph?
and not
It's
be
called
horror.
Alien. It's science fiction horror.
Well,
What are you
that's funny,
fucking
'cause on
talking
the
about?
back of my Predator DVD, it says the horror movie of the year.
That's stupid. Predator's not a fucking horror movie. There's nothing scary about the Predator movies. The Alien movie stopped being horror after fucking one.
Yeah, listen. While
Which reminds me, Ellie Fanning being in a Predator movie. Man.
oh yeah, nah, I could care less about that. To be honest with you.
I know.
But I digress. Gams, I see what you're saying with the fear of the Disney interference. I get that. I could totally understand JR's point of view from that regard. But I just don't think that's going to be the case. This trailer was rated R. The trailer was like...
They've already have claimed that Disney hasn't touched this film.
Look, and that's fine. My biggest worry is it's just since the 1980s, we haven't had a good Alien movie.
And this movie felt like something from the fucking 80s. Like
It did. It really did.
It had everything in it. And I sat there and I said,
And I
wow.
like the director. I white knight
You know
the
what?
director.
Going back to the actual trailer itself, I was impressed. The alien looked amazing. I really, really loved that handheld X-ray shot where the girl was like pointing it at her chest, and you see the chest burster just like slamming its way through her rib cage. Oh, that was great.
Insanity.
It's gonna be wild.
Yeah.
It's things that you can do with today's technology, yet fit it and make it seem seamless. Because again, this is still far flung into the future, right? Like Aliens, the whole franchise, fucking Prometheus. That doesn't take place today. That takes place far into the future. That's why I hate those AVP movies. Oh, I hate them so much. Shut it.
No,
Shut
you
up.
hate the
Garbage.
AVP.
Far into
No.
the future. I have a couple 100,000 years before my company buys up Wayland Yutani. All right.
Listen, you guys hate the AVP movies because I have the Alien Earthworm comic series that's fucking fantastic, and they didn't do it. And you know what I'm talking about. Those are good-ass comics.
Again, but those
Aliens
comics.
don't belong on Earth.
Those Predator
You
movies,
shut
so
your
I'm-
mouth.
I'm-
Alien
ignoring-
Earth War is fucking fantastic. Read the comics. Read them while you're here.
Have
Oh.
we talked about the Venom 3 trailer yet?
Yes, we have, but you know who did? You did. So let's do this and then do that. Games, what's your opinion on the Venom 3 trailer?
Oh, that's going to be peak cinema, bro. Oh, that's going to be eek. Dude, they are taking from the Venom the Hunted comics with the fucking what xenophages, I think they're called, which
Yeah,
are an
xenophages.
alien species Yeah, they're an alien species that specifically like have a diet of symbiotes, which is going to be absolutely crazy. And it looks like they're bringing back like Scream and Phage and Lasher and all them. I don't know if they're going to be Venom's children. I hope they're Venom's children, like they are in the comics. But I wouldn't be mad because Riot wasn't Venom's kid in the first Venom movie, even though in the comics he is. It's fine, whatever, different continuity. But at the same time, we got, at least in my opinion, the peak rival for Venom in the last movie out of Carnage. So will the Xenophages carry the next movie without Carnage? Because Carnage is dead.
Toxin is the villain for the next one.
Who is?
Toxin. But
Yeah, I saw
we
that
didn't even
too
see
somewhere.
Toxin. What?
But that's what they're saying. Toxin is the villain for the next Venom.
I did see that too. I'm
I
not
mean,
with
they
the-
did set up a cop who would later on get the toxin symbiote, and I think there was a stinger at the end of Let There Be Carnage where he did get the symbiote. I'm not too sure.
No, the
That's-
stinger.
That's interesting.
No, the stinger for Let There Be Carnage was the end of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Wait.
but that got completely retconned.
No, wait a minute, because you weren't here when JR hit it on the fucking nose. So, that piece of symbiote, right, was in the MCU, right? Because Eddie Brock was in the MCU when that happened, right? Then he got phased back to the Sony
Yeah, and then he
universe.
blipped out of.
Well,
Then he got blipped back to the Sonyverse.
that piece of symbiote's still in the MCU, right? We know,
Well, according to the trailer, no, it ain't.
according to the trailer, but things might change. Here's the deal. We know that one of the upcoming Avenger movies is called The Secret Wars. Okay? Now, I think it's the multiversal Secret Wars that is the most recent Secret Wars, but there have been 4 different Secret Wars books. There have been Secret Wars 1, Secret Wars 2, right? From the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. Then there was a Secret Wars that was like a 6-issue miniseries where a group of heroes had to infiltrate Latveria.
It introduced my 2 favorite Spider-Man suits.
Oh, that fucking stealth Spider-Man suit, fantastic. The stealth Daredevil suit
from the
was dope
second
too.
Secret War, that's a dope suit.
Yeah, and then the last Secret Wars is what I think they're gonna base the movie on, which was the whole Ultimate Universe and 616 and all that shit. But I digress. But Spider-Man can get that piece of the symbiote and become Black Suit Spider-Man in Secret Wars. That is a possibility. Kevin Feige might still have it. That was JR brought that up, and I agree.
I feel like this trailer kind of showed that they're kind of backpedaling on wanting all that in the MCU. I don't know.
I gotta watch the
Well,
trailer
I mean-
again because I don't. I remember seeing him at the thing, but I don't remember like what retconned anything.
I don't think them retconning shit at this point is a good idea if this is supposed to be the last Venom movie. There should definitely be a take it, Marvel. Like, we did our shit, take the symbiote, and do your fucking Spider-Man shit. That would be smart on Sony's part because they get a cut anyways. Just let Secret Wars have the fucking black suit. Let
True,
Tom
true.
Holland
I agree.
helmet.
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
I would love for Tom Holland to get the black suit, and
Yeah.
then an MCU version of Eddie Brock, also conveniently played by Tom Hardy.
No. No. I think at this point, no more Eddie Brock. Just keep
Please,
it Secret
no.
Wars. Just keep it Secret Wars, and that's it. We've had our Venom movies. Just let it be done now. It's okay. It's okay. Give like 10 years. Give it 10 years, then you could do Venom again.
It's
But-
gonna come down to.
But I like Venom.
I
do too.
No, you do. I won't downplay that. I'm just saying, Black Suit Spider-Man for Secret Wars. We just got 3 Venom movies. Again, I have no dog in that race other than the trailers have kept me away. Just give us 10 years of no Venom. It's okay. Bring back Doc Ock.
we could also, introduce Flash Thompson. He's in the MCU. He could get his legs blown off and then need the symbiote after Peter's done
Hey,
with it.
that's okay, man. I'm down for that. Just no more Eddie Brock.
Yeah, to get an Agent Venom going with an MCU character, well, I can't even say that because it's kind of joint. Even though it's more MCU than it is Sony. Like, Sony's like, sure, we'll rent you Spider-Man, even though, it comes from your fucking company. We'll rent you Spider-Man because you sold us the movie rights and we'll never let them go. But do you think, you know what? Sony is that type of motherfucking company to be like, hey, we want Flash Thompson. You could keep Peter Parker and we're going to make Agent Venom movies now. I don't think that's going to happen. Also, after this go-round with the MCU, by the time this go-round ends, Tom Holland is going to phase himself out of Spider-Man. He's going to be older. I don't see him doing this too much longer unless they're throwing this kid, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Already said that he doesn't want to keep doing this forever.
Right, and Sony
I don't
has
think any actor wants to do the same role over and over and over.
Right, and Sony already has the Miles Morales thing on lock. That'll be another fucking hurdle for the MCU to jump because Sony will be like, oh, what? You mean the most fantastic Spider-Man movies we've done? You know what I'm saying? The animated ones? The ones with Miles?
Yeah.
You want Miles? Oh, okay. $300 trillion. And that's because that's Sony, right? Because that's fucking Sony. All I can say is I love JR's idea, and that works. That works. You can absolutely keep that piece of symbiote in the MCU to give Tom Holland the legitimate black suit and not Spider Monkey or Night Monkey, whatever the fuck he was called.
It was Night Monkey, yes.
Night Monkey, right? You could give him the black suit, legit. Now he's legit Spider-Man. Now we can absolutely see the legit Venom symbol, the legit Black Spider-Man symbiote symbol. People clamor for that, honestly. I mean, I will geek the fuck out for that.
I've been clamoring for that since 2006.
I mean, and you know what? Like, was it in Let There Be Carnage where it kind of looked like it was almost there? And I was like, no, it wasn't. Maybe I dreamt it, but who knows?
That didn't happen.
All I'm saying is there is hope for a legitimate looking black suit. That piece of symbiote stuck in the MCU, whether or not this trailer retconned it. Again, it's Sony. Sony fucking hates Marvel. They fucking hate Marvel because they cannot do what Marvel has done. Nobody buys it. Madam Web, come on. Why do they keep pushing Kraven back? That movie should have been out in October because it's dumb and they know it. They know it. They fucking know it. It ain't gonna make no money.
It looks worse than Venom 3.
It's exactly. It's like, and that's a rated R movie. Now, I will agree with Lady Draco. We will see heads getting bit off in this movie. You see it in the trailers. That's crazy. That was cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Just overall, I as a Venom fan, I'm really hyped for what they got going on with The Last Dance. It looks goofy. It looks silly. It looks like classic 90s Venom comics. And I'm hyped.
I was really
I'm also hyped for Alien Romulus. And I'm also very proud of Godzilla getting top spot in both Netflix and streaming services. Just want to get that out the way because, well, I gotta go. Break's over.
All right, Gibbs. Well, if we're still here, which we're coming up on 1 hour, how much more time you got at work?
2 hours.
Oh, we'll be here.
More than likely, we're still fucking around.
Yeah, we're good.
We're only coming up to
All
hour
right.
one. This is crazy.
I will catch y'all when I get off then.
All right, buddy.
All right, bro.
You have a good one, bro.
Yeah. See y'all later.
See you later, dog.
Gang
Who
Gang
was that?
C1, everybody. It's my guy. I fucking love him.
No, I don't know, man. It's two alien movies. Think about it. The symbiote's an alien, and then you have alien. It's too many aliens.
Symbiote, xenomorph, too many aliens. Why don't we?
Did you know in Las Vegas, not in Las Vegas, but in Nevada, there's a store that has alien merchandise.
Yeah, it's called the Little
Just saying.
Alien.
Yeah, I just found that out this week. It's interesting. Maybe I should go visit that.
Maybe you should go visit that. Maybe I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Speaking of too much aliens, let's go to something that's not aliens and more grounded in a universe, maybe a monster verse, and that is, holy shit! Who is Grant Sputor? I can't even pronounce his last name.
Super duper?
Maybe he might just be Grant Super Duper, but we know him as the new and next director of the MonsterVerse. Now that Mr. Wingard has left the building to do passion projects, which I mean, I don't understand. You've got two of the greatest fucking giant movie stars of all time, Godzilla and Kong, and you want to leave that? That's a passion project, you dipstick, Jimmy.
And it's not even for Thundercats. It's for an A24 studio movie, and it's a movie I've never heard of.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I do not think Thundercats is going to ever work live action. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It's a product of its time.
Yep. It doesn't work, and I don't think Adam Wingard would be the one to pull that off. Although, Amazon's got motherfucking He-Man already cast, so, I mean, like, what? But I could see a Masters of the Universe movie before I could see a Thundercats movie. Then again, I live in a world where I've got like 5 different Ninja Turtle movies. So, that being said, maybe. Anyhow, Grant Sputor. I can't pronounce it.
It's Sputor. It's Sputor.
All right, Mr. Grant, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Good.
Welcome to the MonsterVerse. I just want to say that don't fuck it up. I mean, it's not that it hasn't been fucked up already. I mean, we're like, Adam Wingard was,
He made an announcement. He made an announcement on his Instagram, and that's pretty much all the comments are people are telling him, don't fuck it up, like they did with Gareth Edwards. Like, and I threw a comment in there too. I told him, just treat the monsters with respect and don't fuck it up.
Treat them with respect. Bring back classic Goji. No, stop. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Don't make him pink.
Don't at me, Evolve lovers. I love Evolve too, except for that fucking stupid, useless piece of shit tail that didn't do nothing in the fucking movie, and it pisses me off because it's dumb. It's dumb. And I'm not gonna rant. I won't, but it's fucking stupid.
Don't do it.
Don't
do it.
I can't do it. We haven't even gone an hour yet. I mean, at least get to the hour. We're almost at an hour. At least get to the hour.
Yeah.
Round that some bitch out. But anyhow, all right. I don't know how to be excited for this because I've never seen anything this man directed. That being said, from what I've learned over the, 2 days, the 24-hour period that we learned that this is going to be the director, is it seems like he's almost kind of a Gareth Edwards type of pick. Nothing flashy in his resume. That might work, but how, considering where we're at right now with the MonsterVerse? Fucking zero-G ballet monsters fighting, Ice Dinosaur making a fucking Ice Age Part 3, Godzilla spitting out spiral beams with fucking arm spikes? What? Kong's got a mechanical arm. Like, where do we go? Where do we go? How do we, if that's what this man is tasked with, how do we kind of bring it back to realism? I don't mean realism, it's giant monster, but something akin to 2014 and to an extent Skull Island and King of the Monsters. Rob, any thoughts?
Bring it back from what we've seen to what we got prior? Oh man, that's a good question. honestly, I can't really wrap my head around it because I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Yes, the man's one movie that he directed, I Am Mother, is this very tight, small cast sci-fi movie that's really fucking creepy and that introduced twists in the last 30 minutes and it fucking worked somehow. It did. The man knows how to work a small budget. He knows how to work a script to its, best. But at the end of the day, he has to work with what he's given. And given how Godzilla X Kong is the most financially successful Godzilla film of all time, they're probably going to go with something similar in tone to that. And, do with that what you will, say with that what you will. I'm just curious to see what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. Because, watch I Am Mother. It's on Netflix. It's right there. It was a fucking fantastic movie. The man knows how to work a camera. The man knows how to fucking stretch things out and not make it feel like he's toying you along or anything like that. So if he can bring a little bit of that to what the Monsterverse is right now, that might be a good thing. But I don't think we're going to see a total reset at all, especially since they confirmed that this is going to be another Godzilla and Kong focused movie and not, a more Godzilla centric movie or a more whatever. So I don't know.
Okay.
That's my piece so far.
Now, it being a Godzilla and Kong movie, the last two Godzilla Kong movies have been more Kong-centric. Does Godzilla get a little bit more shine in this one outside of the fluorescent pink?
I think so. Definitely. Kong, his story isn't over, but, the big thing was Kong's alone. He has no family. What has he got now? He's got a new fucking family. Kong's not alone. He's got a pet Shimo frostbite dog. He's got a home. He's got a place. He's got his people. I don't know how much else, in a character standpoint, they're really going to do with Kong, other than he's the Grand Elder Goose now. He's the guy. He's the guy that the apes go to. And maybe if it's a Hollow Earth thing that just so happens to find its way to Earth, I'm not sure. But I do think it's very much possible that Godzilla will get more love in this one, just because, yeah, he's been in the last two movies, but you could argue he was barely even in GXK and GVK most of the time. He was a dude with a thorn in his balls.
What? No,
Bro was pissed off.
Yeah, because he put all these motherfucking monsters down, then all of a sudden, this fucking monkey wants to show up and try to assert his authority, and King was like, who the fuck are you? Then he drowns him, and humanity saves him. Then he gets sent to the Hollow Earth, and damn near gets suffocated. Then humanity saves him. Then he comes back after he finds the goddamn axe, right? Talk about a Kingslayer. Comes up, wants to fight the big guy. The big guy's like, yo, I ain't got time for you. There's something. Man, sit your monkey ass down. Knocks his ass out. Kills him dead. And then humanity saves him. Fuck. Like, I ain't got time for that thorn in his ass shit. He was on a mission, Rob. He was on a mission to stop.
You could be on a mission and still have a thorn in your balls.
All right. Yeah, you're right. But damn it, man.
The man had a plan, and his plan was to be angry and wreck shit.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you.
Perfectly. That's it.
The reason why Godzilla was pissed off is because Rodan tried to play him at the end of King of the Monsters. He landed, he looked at him, Godzilla said, are you serious? And then Rodan said, no, you're right, I'm sorry. And then that was it. That said Godzilla. I was like, see this motherfucker here? Me and him, we go back. And he's trying to play me. I'm going to have to slap him. So.
This is bad comedy, Rodan.
Listen.
Don't
Coronation, Rodan. This is bad comedy.
Do it, Rob. Don't do it, Rob. Don't do it, Rob.
Draco87 says a mission to clap cheeks.
He did, in fact, clap all the cheeks until he got his cheeks clapped.
Yeah.
Unanimously.
Yeah, listen.
Also, hi, Lady Draco.
Yes, Lady Draco, thank you for joining us. I do appreciate it. See, this is why King of the Monsters should come on every Thanksgiving. Seriously, every Thanksgiving.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's a great
Who
Thanksgiving.
doesn't want gonorrhea every Thanksgiving?
Right! Oh, God. Oh, God.
I swear to fucking God.
Oh, God.
Rodan, the roasted turkey. Listen,
It's true. That's
just
why
a
it's
little bit,
Thanksgiving.
but they're just going based off of the 1956 movie where, you know, Rodan lives in a volcano. It's okay.
They incorporated volcano into his character. That's cool.
And it worked.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I repainted my X Plus like that.
Did someone just say something about Rodan's Raw? An hour and
Oh,
5 minutes into the fucking live stream.
Dude.
Now it's time for a brand. Oh, you see, that's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. You think
Like
I
giving
think
a gun to a monkey.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Look, it's the dumbest thing. I don't understand how you could sit here and give every other classic monster they classic fucking roars, but you cannot, for the fucking love of God, give a fucking successful. Yo, this motherfucker showed up in more movies than fucking Mothra did. Come on, man. But Mothra gets a fucking chirp, right? Stupid chirp.
Hold on.
Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead.
I'm not telling you you're wrong. Let's just get back on topic.
No, because you know where I'll go. You know where I'll go. All I'm saying is
I know
that
where you'll
shit
go.
is the most. Look, the jokes and the fucking fact that Rodin, because there's so many places where that role works in such a girl.
We gotta write him back in. Look what you did. He's gone.
Damn,
He's gone.
it's so much.
He's gone.
I watched that movie, and every time I say right there, there it is. No, he does. It's a stupid ostrich. I'm a fucking ostrich.
Rodan roars like Hank Hill goes, blah.
You know what? It's like, look, it's like this. You take away Rexy's roar now from what it was in the original Jurassic Park, you motherfuckers would be throwing a fit too. Y'all cut your dicks off and throw it at the screen. That's what you would
He's
do.
only roared like that once.
I don't wanna hear
since
it.
the original, and it was in Jurassic World
I would hear
one
it.
time.
I would hear it. The dinosaur, the T-Rex comes out and go, "Rah," does the same fucking roar. They never change it. They don't
It
change
goes,
it.
"Meh,"
Hey,
and
I
Rodan's
can't hear. I got my ear on one side is dead. I can't hear what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is,
X.
why the fuck, yo, you know what? You know why Gamera the Brave sucks? Because he sounds like King Kong. Because he sounds like King Kong. He don't sound like Gamera. What the fuck? See, that's the
That is my
problem.
one issue with that movie.
Oh God,
It's funny you bring up Gamera the Brave, because I just saw something by this Kaiju United podcast page where one of their writers said Gamera the Brave is the Godzilla -1 of the franchise. I laughed so hard.
You fucking kidding me? I'm on my fucking chair. You fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me?
Yes.
Don't get the fuck.
I understand if you like Gamera the Brave, but bro, those are two different kinds of fucking pizzas right here. You just called it Supreme Pizza, fucking pepperoni pizza, bro. No.
Whoa.
I mean, in a way, it does return it to its roots, you know, friend to all children and that type of shit, but no.
But
No.
No.
It's not.
Don't
It
worry.
will never be on par of a Godzilla -1.
Wow. My blood pressure.
Let's write it in. Let's write it in.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, we got a new director for the Monsterverse, and I have a take here. Will he go batshit like Adam Wingard? No. I think he'll rein it in like GVK. Because GVK and GXK, they're not that far of a leap between those two movies. It's really not. I think he'll rein it back to that. Will we see 2014 and King of the Monsters and Skull Island? No. I think we've gone way too far for that. But you can rein it in a little bit and just be like, oh, you know, everyone's calmed down a little bit. It's okay. The meth has left the system, and now we can just smoke a bowl and chill the fuck out. Have a
Hopefully
little
that's
bit of
the case.
whiskey.
No
just
more being
a
a
little
junkie?
bit of an upper, but
No more being a junkie, is what you're saying?
yeah, like a junkie XL. Get that fucker away from this.
Well,
Chase.
thankfully, Monsterverse 6, no more junk music. Thank God.
Chase,
Has that been confirmed?
Well, that's what people are asking for. No, sorry to interrupt, but
no.
a lot of people have been asking for Junkie to stay away from this franchise from this point forward. Look, Godzilla vs. Kong's soundtrack was a bit loud in the audio mixing. I preferred King of the Monsters and pretty much everything before it, but it was an okay soundtrack. GXK I didn't jive with. It was not only the same audio mixing, somehow worse with how loud the music was, to the point where it drowns out the monsters, but it just felt rehashed and generic. So with people going about that, they're like, let's just keep them away.
What is your question, Ray? You keep trying to ask me.
I know you don't know who this director is, but what are your thoughts about having someone with, one movie under his belt, something smaller, and where would he take the next Monsterverse movie? Does he go buck wild crazy? Is this his chance to say, check this out? What do you think?
To me, it's a very scary thing because, and I don't know if it's necessarily scary, but what I imagine is for a director who this is basically going to be, just like in Gareth Edwards' case, his big break. He and the chance for him to make a Godzilla movie in his own image. I don't think he wants to follow the same soup as Wingard did. I think he's going to try and make it his own thing. And I don't believe it's going to be as whimsical and crazy as Wingard is. I think with him, he's going to take a little bit more time with it. He's going to be very, very cautious with it. And it's going to be, I feel like with just the fact that we have a whole new team on this movie anyways, even with the writers. So this is a whole different entity now. And I feel like it's probably going, even though it's a continuation from New Empire, this film is going to be, I feel like a lot more grounded in a way. I feel like it's not going to be following probably the same actors we've been seeing. I mean, I don't know. It might still follow Eileen and Gia, but I don't know where else we might have issues with it. I think for the most part, it's going to be, he's not going to want to blow it for his first film. I mean, I Am Mother, it was his first film, but this is like his first huge film. And I don't think he's going to want to do anything to jeopardize it. And I think in this case, we're going to get something a lot more, let's say, mature, if you will. It may have some really awesome bounce to the walls action scenes, but I don't think we're going to be seeing Godzilla slurping the Slurpees out of every monster and turning different colors. I don't think we're going to be seeing, Kong with a full body transformer suit. But it is slated to focus on Godzilla and Kong and multiple Titans, though. So that's interesting. That's the one thing we got it going on, is it's going to feature multiple Titans. So I don't know, man. I just don't think it's going to be like an Adam Wingard offspring at all. And that makes me excited. Not that I would have really been upset if it was. It's just, I mean, I do like the more grounded, not as just, even though I like New Empire's adrenaline rush and snort of cocaine, I do like the more King of the Monsters, esque Skull Island type films. So, I just, as long as I feel like as long as he's respectful to Godzilla and Kong, and we don't follow the tropes that have been the tropes, I think that we should be all right.
Well, I just looked this dude up. He's Australian. I have confidence and faith now. Don't you owe God nothing. Don't you owe God nothing. Because again, here's the deal. It is when it is when someone from outside of Hollywood comes in to tackle something like this that it winds up working. You know, we're not going to get Fast X Godzilla X Kong X something else. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I'm seeing he's done 3 movies: Legacy, I Am Mother, and The Furnace. The Furnace was 2020. I don't know what these are.
He was only a producer on those 2. He's only directed I Am Mother. Yeah, that got cleared up earlier today.
He is a Gareth Edwards.
He is, but that worries me in a sense too.
I don't know if.
Wait. Why? Why?
Because he's a very small director. He's got 1 movie to his name. He is walking into a billion-dollar franchise right now, and he is following up a very successful movie, no matter what anybody says. That can be looked at as, we're getting this guy because he's worked with smaller budgets before and he knows how to stretch it and he knows how to work it. Or we're getting this smaller director because we can tell him what we want.
That's it, too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hold on a second.
It kind of comes off on both sides there. Like, I'd like to think Legendary isn't like that. And they're like, wait a minute, this guy did a really great sci-fi movie. He knows how to do shit. He knows how to work a script. Get him. He's the next best fit. He's a new guy. We can jumpstart his fucking career with a giant monster movie. Let's go. I would love to think that's what the case is. But, you know, at the end of the day, a corporation's a corporation. A studio is a studio. Money is money.
Yeah, and I think the only time the studio went to fade was King of the Monsters.
I do too. Well,
there's
GVK.
no way. I don't think GVK was studio interference.
That was producer interference. Writer and producer clashed with director. We already know that was a thing.
I think
troubleshoot.
I think Michael Dougherty did not make the movie he wanted to make.
They should have just got him back.
Because it's not. I agree. Because again, like, I saw Krampus and I was like, wow, that was. It's something else, man. That's a fun fucking film, and I didn't watch Trick or Treat, but I could just imagine the way you heard Dougherty talk about his love for the movies when, you know, in the making of King of the Monsters, was like, yeah, okay, this dude gets it. And then we get the movie and we get like the Transformer fucking humor was. That Michael Bay humor, I don't believe that came from Dougherty. I just can't. And then I sit there and you watch, like, I didn't watch the whole thing, but the little bit of the interview with the directors, like all of the directors in the sit down, right? I sit there and I watch that, and he seems the less enthused. Like, look, Gareth Edwards has 0 personality. He just sits there, he's like, yeah, you know, I made a movie. Quiet, like he's the shy kid in the corner, right? Yeah. Jordan Voight Roberts was like animated. Fucking Wingard is animated. Obviously, Wingard is animated. But this dude comes in with his motherfucking emotional support dog, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, why does he need that? Because the studio fucked him. The studio, and that's what I believe. That's what I believe.
No, I can get behind it. But yeah. Listen, we'll see. We've been here before with the Monsterverse. You know, 2014 first-time director, kind of Monsters, so second-time director. And then we had Skull Island director. I believe that was his either first or second as well. Dougherty was his third. And then, Wingard was his 11th. Because he directed quite a bit of movies. Not a lot of them good. But, you know, Death Note exists, unfortunately. But there are movies like The Visit.
But it seems like what Legendary does is they get these directors that really nobody hasn't heard of unless you know in the niche what they did. Like, I like Monsters, right? Like, I like it. I did not like it the first 2 times I saw it, though. I was like, yo, I'm looking for a movie. It's called fucking Monsters. I want to see Monsters. And then it was like the third view. I was like, this is a good fucking movie. So when I heard he's doing Godzilla, I'm like, oh, what? I love that movie. I fucking love that movie. I love it. Same thing again. Doherty. You know, I seen Krampus. Shit, I think I might have seen Krampus. I don't even remember. I don't know if it was before or after King of the Monsters, but I know it was in the vicinity. But
Yeah.
again, I loved Krampus. I did. I really did.
Yeah. I saw Krampus in theaters. It was the first, surprisingly, the first date for the wifey and me was Krampus, 2015, December.
So I don't know what Jordan Voight Roberts did before Skull Island. I know he did something. But I don't recall whether I seen it or not. I gotta know what he did. And then Wingard, I don't recall watching anything. Maybe the Blair Witch, but I didn't even watch that. I watched like 10 minutes of it, and my wife was like, I don't want to watch this. I was like, all right, well, I guess we'll shut it off. I'll come back and I'll watch it by myself.
Yeah,
I never did.
He did, what was it, the original VHS or VHS 2, he did the Alien segment?
Okay.
If I remember correctly?
No, I don't.
VHS 2, he did the Bionic Eye, which was the first one.
Bionic Eye, okay.
And in the first VHS, he did the overarching story segments.
Yes.
Yeah.
The people sitting in the robbers and everything.
Yes.
And then he did Your Next, and then The Visit, which is an unofficial sequel to Your Next. And then he did Blair Witch and Netflix Death Note. I might be missing one or two, but that's what I know from his filmography, because he had quite a bit of movies under his belt, but the movies he did weren't like well received. And that's why like GVK came out and it didn't click with me. And then when he got free reign to make GXK, I'm like, oh yeah, this is his fucking movie.
I don't see the free reign. I just, like, I really have a hard time fathoming free reign. And maybe it's a bias. Matter of fact, it might absolutely be the bias.
I think it is, because if you watch some of his other movies, like, for instance, the Death Note Netflix movie was a troubled fucking everything. And then it came out and it was garbage. There are fucking direct parallels between the Death Note movie and GXK. Direct parallels between characters, story, and just overall absurdity and disrespect to source material.
But
there are parallels.
All right, but I don't think he disrespected anything in GXK. I think he just
and you might not feel that way. I feel like some of the Godzilla shit for damn sure. I think it was a Kong movie more than anything. We've talked about it. I won't get into it too much because we have a 6-hour review of that. All I'm saying is there are parallels. So maybe the Death Note movie was more Wingard than we originally thought, and GXK is a lot more Wingard than we had anticipated.
The main thing with the Netflix Death Note movie, though, is that they had a script and he was the 5th or 6th director attached to that.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you watch GXK and then that movie, I see the same shit with both movies.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I really do. But that Netflix Death Note movie was a death trap.
No, I know. And that's why I said that thing was trouble from the beginning.
Yeah, but I don't think we can fully blame everything that happens with Death Note on Wingard.
Oh, no.
Don't get me wrong, though. This motherfucker sat there and told everybody that Death Note was like a musical, and right then and there, it's like, okay, Adam, no. But you have to take things into account. 5 or 4 other fucking people dropped out because of that production.
No, I don't completely understand that.
More what Netflix wanted than what the directors were going to put forward.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is like from the director's vision, watching Death Note, I just see the same shit between Death Note and GXK.
The reality of it is that with King of the Monsters and with Godzilla versus Kong, Mike Doherty was still very much involved with those movies. He wasn't directing it, but Mike Doherty pretty much helped write Godzilla versus Kong. And what it seemed like is they needed a director after King of the Monsters or a director to help film, but they didn't want to shell out a lot of money, and Wingard was an option that was available, and that's what we got with the result of that.
Well, yeah, he wasn't doing
not
shit.
that it was a bad movie, but it was just they wanted a director that was going to be cost efficient, and I think that's where Ray is right, that it's more of a or any of you guys, it's more of a studio that just wanted a director that would help follow suit. But then again, Godzilla versus Kong also had a lot of reshoots and an hour and 30 minutes of it in a vault somewhere that we will never see, that will never see the light of day. That was going to be a completely different movie. But Wingard also didn't start from the beginning with that film either. He came in at a last resort minute as well. So
Yeah.
that's another thing that, at least in the writing process, at least, but that's another thing. I think what really happens is that Legendary and Warner Brothers just want these directors that aren't going to be super expensive and know how to handle a $160 million film budget and make sure that their movies remain safe. And I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a thing where it's, they're wanting to give their directors a break. They're trying to see it as cost effective wise, and that's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like I said, we're here with the Monsterverse. We can't disagree. We're here. We got a new director, primed and ready. And, it's another no-name director who Rob was saying made a fantastic film. I can't downplay it. I haven't seen it. But we're kind of back to square one. Square one, okay? Wingard directed several movies. Doherty directed, including King of the Monsters, 3 movies. The others, 1 to 2. We're back to between 1 and 3. And if what Rob is saying is true, directed 1 movie. We're back to square one. In an ongoing franchise that has pushed the boundaries, so a first-time director comes in and is like, what the hell do we do?
Wait.
That's where you go to our podcast, the 6-hour one.
That's
where
it!
She wanted me.
Bro, I was about to say that! Holy shit, it's like you're already here. Yet you're not. We're talking in the future. We're talking in the future. Bro, that's exactly where I was gonna go. I was about to say.
Hold on. Let's go off of the comment the Mr. Grant Spoocher has said after the announcement. Well, this is literal huge news. It's also a huge honor. I've been a giant monster fan for as long as I've been a fan of anything, and to follow in the footsteps of the other incredible directors who've had their turn in the Monsterverse is a dream come true. Can't thank Legendary enough for this Titan-sized opportunity.
Yeah, right. But what I was about to say, to go off what JR was saying, because I totally...
How you and JR ruined the Monsterverse.
Nope.
Swear to fucking God.
We did... Yo, what we have planned for the Monsterverse will not ruin it. It will expand
It will ruin it.
It will expand it. No, it won't. No, it won't. Absolutely not.
You can't say that we ruined the Monsterverse when Wingard's already gone there. All we're doing is just continuing what he started.
We're fixing it, if anything.
Yeah, he's already gone there. We're not doing anything that doesn't already exist. We're expanding it. We're fleshing things out. We're introducing new elements and monsters that haven't seen the light of day since 1989.
I'm gonna have to get a fucking X account now. I don't want one. I'm gonna have to get an X account so I can get on this guy's X and be like, yo, my dude, listen to this podcast. Listen,
He's not on Twitter.
Listen, he's not? He's on some social media.
He's not on Twitter.
He's on
So how is he
Instagram.
releasing?
I
How
know
is he
he's on Instagram.
All right, then I got Instagram. I jump on his Instagram page. Hey,
No,
bro.
just plug the podcast. Just plug it.
I don't
Listen,
even want to plug it. All I'm gonna say is, trust me when I tell you this, my friend. The fans want this, with the exception of Chase. The fans want this. See, Chase don't like nothing Japanese. He's a Japanese hater. We
That is
know this
true.
from video
No
games.
one knows
He
about
hates
it.
it.
Godzilla
He absolutely can't stand it. He fucking hates it.
We're not doing, but here's the thing: we're not doing Japanese Violante. We're doing Greek mythology Titan Violante, Gaia.
It's
It's
different.
just a bunch of vomit spewing from your guys' mouths.
It's different.
It's not.
It's different.
It's different.
It's-
Violante spits up that green vomit shit. That's exactly what's coming out.
We didn't
It's
say
crap.
that was happening.
Which in the Monsterverse could be fucking literal, like miracle growth for plants. She doesn't have to be a destroyer. Just Mother Nature. Do you hate that idea? She spews it in fucking trees and
I
flowers
only
and
would
shit
want
grow.
her to be
And
a
a deer.
destroyer. I only would want her to be a villain. I
No,
only
She
would want her
wasn't
to
a
be
villain in the
Can't be.
original.
She wasn't a
a
villain.
villain.
She
She was
wasn't
a
a
fucking
I would want her to be
hero.
a thing where Godzilla and Kong would have to fight her.
You can't.
That's it.
Well, you could still do that.
You
though.
could.
You could still do that. You absolutely could. Because here's the deal.
I don't want no arms on Godzilla's shoulder from Violante saying, "Yo, bro, chill out." I
No,
don't want none of
you
that.
have to
I
do
don't
that.
want no hold
You
your
have to
back,
do
suck
that.
your energy.
But
You have
that's
to.
the whole beef. That's
None
the
of
whole
that
thing.
crap.
That's the whole thing. You do it that
No,
way.
no,
Yeah,
no.
you can get
Chase,
that all you want.
hold
But
on.
we're right. You're
Hold on,
wrong.
hear me out. I'm gonna round this shit out to the previous conversation at Gamescom or whatever it was called. Hear me out.
Crap, it's stupid. It's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Listen, you don't even know what you're talking about.
But
Listen.
you don't like most of the things
Godzilla
that
is
happen.
fucking Kratos. He is the god killer. Violante's Gia. Godzilla's Kratos. Shut it. That's the end of it. He is the god killer, and it takes fucking Gia to put him in his place. You can't deny that shit. That's all you gotta do. God of War 2 this bitch.
Listen,
I'm done with
it's
it.
real simple. You want Violante to be the villain?
It's just a bunch of vomit.
You want Violante to be the villain?
He's never been a
Violante
villain.
the villain.
She's been a hero. Every iteration of Violante, she's never been a fucking villain.
That's
Why
not
we gotta
true.
make her a
That's not
villain?
true. That's not true.
Maybe Cataclysm.
That's not
Maybe
true.
Cataclysm. But
No,
that's it.
not even that. In the book, in the novels, I don't know if y'all read them, but in the novel Godzilla at World's End, Violante's a bad bitch. She's not a
Okay.
hero.
So we got one instance
very
in
evil.
but the movie, she is not a goddamn villain.
Right, but that's my point.
She's
and this
not.
is what I'm saying. You can give everybody what they want. See?
You can.
Because Godzilla's supposed to be balanced, right? Am I lying? That's what the legendary. I'm not making that
I'm
up.
just glad that your guys' movie will never get made.
Yo, but listen to what I'm
Maybe
saying.
not.
Just answer the question. Is Godzilla not supposed to be balanced in the Monsterverse? I didn't make that up. That's what we see on screen. Is that true or not?
Yeah.
See, someone don't want to answer because they know it's true, and that's the problem with society. You're just as worse as the Twitter kids. You can't answer a direct question.
Godzilla has been the balance. Godzilla's been the balance in the Monsterverse. He
So
is.
now Godzilla
There
is a
has
little
to be
bit
a greater purpose
unbalanced,
to
right?
that balance.
And now Godzilla's a little unbalanced. We've seen it by the way he murdered Tiamat for no reason. See, Scylla was a reason. Scylla was testing him.
But Tiamat was
can't
a
test
rival
him.
Titan, and they literally had no reason to beef. Godzilla was just like, "Fuck you!
I'm going
I want
in.
your power."
Right. So now, and that right there is the crux. Wingard set that up. We're not setting that up. Wingard already did it for us.
It's
It's
there.
already
I rewatched
there.
the goddamn movie
It's
last
there.
weekend. It's
So-
fucking there.
Oh, for the
If
love
you
of
have,
God.
if you have this primordial titan that just so might happen to be Gaia, who just so happens to be a fucking plant, which just so happens to be
You can't, Chase. You can't say it's stupid because
It
who
sounds
gives Kratos? Who gives Kratos the godly
Sounds
powers in
so
God of War
stupid.
2? Gaia and the
Sounds so
Titans.
Stupid.
No, it's
sounds
not.
really
Gaia gives
stupid.
Kratos the power in God of War 2. It could equally be the same thing in this. Biollante created Godzilla, gave him the power, and he's corrupted. That's why in God of War 3 there was a betrayal.
I wouldn't go that far.
It
I would
sounds
not.
so
I wouldn't
dumb.
go
I'm just
that far.
saying. I'm just saying. These movies have turned into fucking video games. I'm just saying.
Look, yeah, exactly where these movies have gone, where we're at right now. The logical step outside of fucking Aliens, which again, this version of Godzilla and no, get the fuck out of here with Aliens. None of that works. You got to tone it down. You got to make sure that when you bring it down, that the threat that comes next is legit. That's the problem with GXK. See, GVK, it wasn't a problem. Everybody in their right mind since the motherfucking King Kong versus Godzilla came out in 64 knew there's no way a fucking giant monkey beats this radioactive lizard. There's no fucking way. Yet, that's apparently what happened. So now you have all of those fucking years. You got kids like me in the fucking early 80s watching this movie who's seen Godzilla kick ass. Or he beat a fucking Mecha Godzilla. He beat Mecha Godzilla. And this fucking monkey gives him problems? Get the fuck out of here, bro. So now we cut to today and we make a movie where GVK just works for me. Because Godzilla did what he needed to do. He beat Kong every fucking time. That one time he didn't beat him, he was knocked out for what? 20 seconds? Hell, even in this movie, he was knocked out for what? 20 seconds. Then he got up and murked him. But Mothra intervened. Okay, we know how that works, right? Mothra is not the Gaia. She's just not. See, these things have been established in the lore. We're not just pulling shit out of our ass.
Is Aphrodite.
Right, we're not pulling shit out of our ass. And again, whether you like it or not, I'm just saying, this makes more sense. This makes more sense. You want Biollante to be a villain? I could totally give you that. Because Godzilla's out of control, and that's not where we're supposed to be. So Biollante has to come up and balance this bum ass out. But why does Biollante balance it? Because Biollante wants to sprout everything and envelope the earth. But Godzilla is the balance, and the balance has always been about the people. See, and that's the thing they start losing in the movies. They start losing that. The law that was established was
Biollante wants
Godzilla.
Godzilla's energy, so she tries to steal Godzilla's energy, and then when she gets it, then Kong and Godzilla have to team up to fight Biollante.
But
I
dude,
think
that's
what it
exactly
is-
where I would go. That's exactly what I would
That's
do.
just GVK again.
Yeah.
In what
Godzilla
regard?
and
How
Kong
is
just
that
killed Biollante.
In what regard? So, like, that's my thing. If Biollante, right, and I don't even, but let's say she's got to siphon off Godzilla's powers to make people like me happy because I don't want to see pink Godzilla. I really don't. I don't mind it, but again, that stupid tail is dumb. Get rid of the tail and keep him pink for the rest of his life. I don't give a fuck. But I digress. Scale him down, because there was no reason for it. There was no reason for it. We all know this. There's no reason for it. Scale him down. And, I mean, for the love of God, if I'm not mistaken, 2014, the newspaper clippings was saying how there was greenery sprouting in Vegas, or was that 2019?
It was King of the Monsters.
It's been established, and you could just take that little piece right there and be like, Biollante. It's that simple.
Because you could
It's
sit here and
that
say because they
simple.
say the radiation.
It's that simple.
Okay, so it's radioactive there from the monsters, but what's actually sprouting the plants? Biollante, because she's attracted to the radiation, so she starts sprouting new types of plants.
The actual
Easy.
Biollante Easter egg was in the Amazon rainforest.
Where was it?
I'm in Amazon rainforest.
No. I want to know honestly because I don't know what. It was in the newspaper clipping.
It was just the Biollante Easter egg being referenced in the Amazon rainforest.
Oh,
all
and
it
King of the
was.
Monsters, right? King of the Monsters.
Yeah, at the end credits.
Okay. But even still, but that's the
It
whole
wasn't
thing.
Vegas.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, and you're just not seeing it because you don't want to, is why can't
I just
it be?
think your guys' idea is dumb. I'm just being honest.
It'd be honestly
Oh,
fucking
hold up.
stupider
No,
than
time out.
GXK.
You know what?
Okay.
That's fine. What would
You know,
you
that's
do?
fine.
Oh, what would you do?
In all due
What would
respect,
you
I
do?
think you two are riding off of each other's high.
What would
and
you
want to
do?
make
Yo,
something, and
you don't like
it's
our,
just dumb.
you don't
I
like
just
our
think it's a
idea.
dumb idea.
Our
You
idea
go
is
for it.
dumb. What would you do?
What?
What would you do?
You don't like our idea.
I
You don't
just
like.
wouldn't have Biollante in it.
Well, okay. So what would you do?
I wouldn't go any direction of what you guys want.
But
because
what
I
would
don't
you
think there
do?
needs to be a
We're
need for
talking
that.
creator-wise. Like if we had carte blanche, this is what we would do. If you had carte blanche, what would you do?
In what sense?
You're making the
What?
next movie. You're writing the next movie. You're setting up the next chapter. What would you do?
I have no fucking idea.
Then
But
stop
I
hating
wouldn't
on
be-
ours. If you
I mean,
don't have
you don't
nothing to
have-
counter us,
I don't
stop
have the
hating.
problem with.
If you
I
got
don't
nothing,
have the problem with Biollante being in it. I don't. Biollante's. That's why I'm against your guys' idea, because Biollante is one of my favorite villains, and I just don't like the idea that you guys want to use Biollante with. So that's why I'm very against
What would
it.
you use by a lot? She hasn't been used in a movie since
I would
1989.
just use Biollante as a villain that doesn't have to suck Godzilla's energy
She's
out. like
not
you
a
literally
villain.
just said,
de-evolved.
10, 15 minutes ago, you're not making her a villain. And I said, okay, I can do that then. So wait, what is this seesaw you're on? Like, you gotta balance yourself out. The way
listen,
Biollante
all
would balance Godzilla. Come on, man. Come on. I love you, but what
all
the
I'm
fuck?
all we're trying to say is like, yes, G1 and me have what we would do. The director's the director. This is what we would want to do. This is how you continue it, because Reguard fucking went there.
Again, all hypotheticals. This is never gonna happen. It's all
Hypotheticals, of course, yes. He went there. What would anyone fucking do after that? Because if you bring it back too much, you lost the people that liked him floating in the Hollow Earth. You alienate people that like Kong more than Godzilla. Okay, you alienate them if you don't do what GXK was setting up. We're just playing off of that. That's where I'm curious. Serious, you know what? Rob, seriously, what would you do? Like,
Kill
seriously.
Godzilla, I kill Kong, I kill all the apes, and I take the budget and make Shin Godzilla 2.
Get Rob off the podcast right now.
Get him off. Get
Get
him
him
out. Get him out.
You
He's
know
the
what?
only one that likes the
I'm
movie.
going to New York in July, and I'm going to
The-
Jersey.
the-
I'm gonna knock on
the
Rob's
thing
door.
is, what I would do would be things like, I would go with the idea of Planet X, and I would go with the idea of like a space Godzilla type thing. I would do Biollante and Space Godzilla teaming up or something like that. And it's a 4v4 with that. And I would make sure my villains are way more better written than Shimu and Scar King.
That's
But,
it
you know,
right
but
there.
then again,
That's
I
it.
honestly don't know where you can go with the continuation of this, because New Empire was a movie that just went nowhere.
But that's
it
what
had.
we're-
It had its own stability and storytelling with Kong, but as far as Godzilla, you just turned him pink for no reason. So I don't know where you can take this franchise other than just, obviously, if you do not have a part where Godzilla or a part where Kong and his new family ride triceratopses into a battle, I don't know what you're doing with those characters now, because that's a lot of apes you're just not going to have anymore in the film. I mean, I don't think they're going to do that, but I just don't know what you can do. I just don't like the idea of a Biollante being this thing to put Godzilla in his place.
So here's the deal, and this is why we brought up the primordial gods. Shimu is essentially a primordial god. What are they like? The theory is she was one of the first, if not the first, kaiju, right? Or Titan. And that's all we're doing. That was established. We're not establishing new lore. We're adding to it, but we're bringing in Toho kaiju. You know what I mean? Think about like GXK, for instance. Nobody was feeling the what was the fake Mothra chase? What was that shit? Phosphorus? Phosphora?
Oh yeah, phosphorus.
Right. Nobody was feeling that during the
Phosphora,
you brought that up. I didn't believe that. I was like, they're not even showing no screenings. You're lying. But you were right. You were right. And nobody felt that. So what do? We reshoot. Not even reshoot. We just erase that digital and make Mothra. That's it. That's it. Get Toho's permission. Toho was counting money. What was the movie? Oh God, I'm gonna use another Kevin Smith movie. Fucking Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. When Wes Craven is just counting the money, like, yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. That's what Toho was doing. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. You paid me. We're paid, right? They did that. They course corrected. Because people didn't like that. But the fact was, the establishment is there. We're not doing nothing different. We're just adding something that would make the most sense. Because think about it like this. In all of Toho's kaiju roster that we haven't seen yet in the Monsterverse, what would make the most sense to be something akin to Shimu as far as this ancient ultimate Titan? And the only thing you can think of, honestly, is Biollante, only because it's a fucking plant. Seriously. And I get it. Biolante's supposed to be the fucking crossbreed of Godzilla cells and a rose. We get that. That's the old origin, okay? But we've already established different origins. Look at Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla was, well, you know what? That was established in 1992.
Hey, hold on. That may have been established then, but they did have Mecha King Ghidorah before that. And we didn't get Mecha King Ghidorah. We got Mechagodzilla and Mecha King Ghidorah in the same fucking monster.
It was one monster. It was one monster. And that's the whole thing. That's all I'm trying to say. That's why I use Biollante, Chase. Again, I love you. I'm not going to shit on how you feel.
Dude,
all I'm trying to say is we
do love you.
The most logical sense, if you go that route, that's what we want to do. I'm not saying he's going that route. It's not. Like, obviously. But if I could get in this guy's ear and we could go that route, dude, the most logical monster to use instead of trying to create something else to get those fucking fans, the Godzilla fans like us who've seen all those movies billions of times, Biollante fits as a primordial Titan alongside, and again,
fine. I just don't think it fits in the way that you and JR want to use Biollante.
Hey, that's fine. It's just like lore-wise, the mythological, what they've established with that's all I'm going based off of because of lore.
Personally, I think what's done with Godzilla is what's done. If you use Biollante to be like a thing that brings him down, like, you know, Mario getting hit by a Koopa.
You have to. Hear me out. What tension do you have if you don't knock him down a peg now?
Rob, you just don't. I think you've gone there where you just don't do that. Either you just don't acknowledge it, or you just don't have him change.
I want the other opinion, the third party opinion. Rob, would you power him down like a supercharged V8 that had a fucking gasket blowout? Or would you just keep him supercharged like this? What would you do with that?
Well, I mean, from a tension standpoint, I'd probably knock him down a couple pegs.
And again, This
I'm not
is
saying leave him as is. I'm just saying that you can go into the next movie and just not even bring it up. He could be a different, normal-looking Godzilla, and they just don't even acknowledge that the fact that he lost the pink, or have anything to do with the sway of him being supercharged. It could just be a thing where it was like, because like at the end of the King of the Monsters, he was supercharged, and then he emitted all that energy. They could just be one of that thing after he blew up all the forecast in the sky,
which is fair. Which is fair.
Hold up.
Hold on.
Hold
real
up.
quick.
No. At the end of
I was
King of the
just- hold on.
Monsters, at the end of King of the Monsters, he let loose. He lost the burning thing. He killed Ghidorah. It was over, Prime. He was
That's what
back
I
to
said.
being Godzilla, right? But in GXK, because in GVK, he was still Godzilla. But in GXK, no. Dude, that dude did not. He literally changed form. He didn't just become a different color of himself. He's got a different look entirely. He's got spikes out his arms. His tail is different. The spikes are different. He's slimmer.
He's lost 300 million pounds.
You can't just give that away in the next movie and be like, oh yeah, look, Godzilla's back. That makes no sense. You have to make it make sense. You have to.
Honestly, I think what'll happen.
There's definitely ways that can make sense other than Biollante vampirizing him.
Not vaporize. Oh, vampirizing. I like that word.
Vampirizing.
I
I
like
like that.
that
I like
word.
that. I like
That's.
that.
But think of it like this.
Hard.
Think of it like this. Biolante's a giant plant. Venus flytrap. Huh? I love it. I know you love it.
Instead of a rose flower, it's a Venus flytrap. I love that.
Chase, matter of fact,
There you go.
I'm in my
We're slowly
car.
getting them. We're slowly getting them.
I'm in my car right now. I'm driving up to you right
It's
now.
not even the fact that I necessarily wouldn't even like Biollante taking his energy. I think that could be I think an idea of a kaiju draining Godzilla of his energy would be cool, but either Biollante or something different. The things we haven't seen in the Monsterverse have been monsters created from a lab, which Biollante could also fit in that aesthetic. Have been, or Hedorah, there could be. Yeah, there's a the problem with Godzilla and the Monsterverse as a whole is that they are, aside from making original kaiju, they are following the line of a roster from the Toho films. And obviously they said that there's mostly just going to be original kaiju in the next, as the franchise continues, it's going to be majority original kaiju. I would like to see something new and original that could drain energy from Godzilla. Maybe that's what changes him, Maybe that's what brings him back. But
I got this crazy ass idea.
like in the way of a Biollante-esque thing, like that still could be interesting and cool, but I would like to see it as a thing where it's like, no, Biollante is wanting to use Godzilla energy to grow more of herself in the world to take over the fucking planet.
Literally, I just said that. Are you fucking kidding me? I said that.
Biollante is the villain. Villain.
But I
And it
said
has nothing to do with taking a crown from Godzilla.
no. It's not
nothing
about
about
taking
that.
the crown.
It's nothing
literally
about that. It's
said
lore.
that. I literally
Gosh,
said
let me
that.
finish. It has nothing to do with Biollante putting any demerits on Godzilla's power or where he's at in the writing of where Legendary is going with this. It has everything to do with the fact that Biollante is strictly a villain
No.
and Kong and Godzilla. If you have to have Kong and Godzilla as a focal point, then they have to go up against this monster and defeat it.
But they gave us Shimu. If they didn't give us Shimu, I agree with you. I 1000% agree with you, because then our idea comes out of nowhere, left field. But the fact of the matter is they said this monster made the Ice Age. What?
Yeah.
They said that. We didn't make that up.
Biollante is going to be evil and make the Green Age.
But that's my point, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm not telling you that Biollante birthed Godzilla. I think that's stupid. But here's what I'm saying. If you got a fucking plant, okay, whether it looks like a Venus flytrap RG2 from Little Shop of Horrors, whatever, or rose form, you got a plant. And now Godzilla's out of control because we seen it in the last movie, GXK, killing Tiamat for no reason, right? If Biollante is supposed to be the embodiment of Mother Earth, why can't Mother Earth turn bad? For crying out loud! You, like God of War, and the embodiment of Mother Earth turned bad! She turned bad! She turned bad! I'm just taking from that and implying it here. Implementing it here. It
I'm
works.
not against Biollante being evil at all.
So that, and that's my
I'd
point.
rather have Biollante be in the movie is if she was evil,
That's
a villain, a diabolical thing.
Ladies
And
and
I'm
gentlemen, I'm calling it in real quick. We are almost 2 hours in. About, what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes shy of that. We'd like to thank all of you listening, commenting, talking. We're enjoying this. The debates, the great debates of the 2024s.
What a terrible buffer this guy is, Chase. Come on. Kick him out.
I swear to God. Listen, you keep it up. And that Sasquatch mug will stay here.
Ooh. Okay. That's not nice. That's not nice. See, now you fucking
Can I
with the
just
emotions.
say,
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
with your guys' idea with Biollante, I dig it, but I think y'all jumping too quick.
What's too quick?
Can we, though? To explain.
No, that's not the point. It's like, all right, we had a major environmental moment in GXK with the snow. It's the ice. Okay, whatever. We've yet to really delve into the aftermath. We've had our hints and glints here and there, this and that, Ghidorah's skull, mass destruction, fucking Biollante twigs and salads all over the streets and shit, whatever. We have yet to see what a dead Titan does to a majority of the environment and what's around it. We have yet to see how that affects the Earth, its life, and everything in between. If you want to do Biollante, you need a little bit more to that. I say do Hedorah first. Because Hedorah is a majorly and underutilized kaiju, just like Biollante.
Yeah.
It's had one movie, and it's been built up across upon supplementary materials like comics and such. Build up on that. Take from what a dead Titan like Tiamat would leave behind. Take from what the waste of a rotting Titan corpse would do to the world. Take from what these things simply existing is going to do to everything and everyone around it, and build it up through Hedorah. Hedorah, whether you want to admit it or not, is a world-ending threat that only had one movie.
Yeah.
Hedorah has the possibility to do just as much as what Biollante can do. Biollante, if you want to take it to that concept, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, stick. What's the biggest foil to that? Humans. What created that of the majority of Hedorah? Humans. We are the issue. Now toss that in with what happens to Titans. When a Titan takes a shit, what fucking happens? When a Titan takes a piss, what fucking happens? When a Titan is murdered or dies, what fucking happens? Titan bacterium, nuclear energy, radiation, how does that mutate? How does that affect Hedorah? It's a smaller idea. You don't have to get crazier with it. But if you're going to bring in a kaiju that's massively underutilized, go with Hedorah.
And here's how that works.
Could you imagine how cool that would be if like Hedorah made like a giant like fog around Godzilla and they're fighting and he can't use his breath because he can't breathe, so he has to use other abilities and actions to fight Hedorah other than using his atomic breath?
Like maybe
I
that
think
Dagomai's
Hedorah is
tail?
that wild card. Hedorah has always been that wild card.
Listen, this could lead up. We do have a Mecha Godzilla that was bleeding out in Hong Kong. What happens with mechanical parts, lubricants mixed with the DNA of a Titan?
No,
Just saying.
and this does make a lot of sense. The whole, if Biolante's Mother Earth and humans create all of this madness, because you have the idea of one thing, you go, well, the Titans have been around. I mean, obviously they've died. The very first fucking Titan you see in Godzilla 2014 is a dead one. It's a dead one. So I like that idea, because you can say that, but you can say that also died from natural causes, or, you know, the other Titans in it. But today, when they drop the oxygen destroyer on Godzilla, that shouldn't happen, right? So I like that, because then you can play upon that. And the fact that humanity, obviously with the waste and all that shit, because that's what Hedorah is, it's just, you know, it's fucking garbage. It's a fucking garbage monster. It's Oscar the Grouch Titan. That's what it is. I like that. I do. We could totally go there, especially for this one. Okay? Like, and that's the problem, because they say, no, this is a Godzilla and Kong-centric movie. If it was a Godzilla-centric movie...
I still think they're probably going to go with the notion of mining the Hollow Earth for resources, which is going to cause a whole bunch of unearthing Titans and...
But that right there, that right there, what you said, Chase, I love that idea. I would totally incorporate it, because 1 + 1 = potato, right?
Well, see, like, I would think what would be cool is if, like, they did mine the Hollow Earth and then they ended up digging out, awakening a primordial god, if it was like Violante.
No, I would say,
but like,
I would say that, but instead of that, they awaken Hedorah, and because of everything that's happened on Earth, this thing has a conscience.
But would we not want Hedorah to be the creation of pollution, or the product of pollution?
But
in that
see,
sense?
but that's the thing. That's thinking about what has come before. We got to utilize that and try to figure out how that works today.
Hedorah basically be.
But that, like, Rob hit it on the head. What does these Titans dying in the Titan waste, what does that bring?
So, like, Hedorah would be just like a pollution of a dead kaiju, like a zombie?
Hold on. Hear me out.
I'm mad at that, actually.
No, Tarman exists. That's, again,
what's Hedorah?
Tarman.
Yeah, fucking Tarman. Real quick, I want to add this. The fact that this has to be a Godzilla and Kong movie hinders it. In my perspective, hinders it. Because it just goes to show what I talked about my buddy before GXK came out. Does it water down the importance of Godzilla and Kong? It absolutely fucking does. Because if we do it a third time, I'm fucking out. I'm sorry. I'll go see it in theaters, but I just can't, because it's too much. I get we waited all these amount of years for them to fight. We had that. We had the team up.
The problem with that, JR, is that you just don't like that idea, where I am a personal fan of Godzilla and Kong both.
It's not that I dislike the idea. My buddy's not a fucking Godzilla fan.
I would like to see Kong's story continue. I like Kong and the Monsterverse.
That's fine.
And I like Godzilla, and I would like to see Godzilla and Kong
I'm just saying, Iron Man had his own fucking movies. Thor had his own fucking movies. Why the fuck are we continuing the goddamn Avengers every fucking movie? I'm sick and fucking tired of it.
I agree.
I don't care.
We don't need Endgame 1 and 2. We don't need Infinity War 1 and 2.
Rid of the goddamn importance of a fucking team up.
We could absolutely
get rid of it.
We could absolutely
What is it down? turns into nothing. There's no suspense. There's nothing. That's what this fucking movie lacked.
I was not satisfied at all with the team up in New Empire.
Then you are exactly where I am.
I would like to actually see Godzilla and Kong actually team up and play off of each other in a creative and professional way than just a sloppy pancake.
Oh, you agree with me?
Type way.
Because this is the problem. When you have every movie be GXK, there's no fucking goddamn stakes. You have the King of the Monsters and the King of fucking Hollow Earth teaming up every goddamn movie. There's no fucking stakes. There's nothing.
When you're screaming, buddy, what are you talking about? What
There's no stakes. There's no stakes.
Agreeing with?
No stakes. You're agreeing that there's no stakes. When they team up, there's no stakes. There was no stakes in this movie. There's no stakes in the next movie. There's no stakes. I want Trump stakes, but Trump doesn't make stakes anymore because he's fucking Trump.
Okay, the problem
we need Trump
with the
stakes.
last movie was that it was underwritten and poorly utilized. It has nothing to do with Godzilla and Kong teaming up. It was how it was written.
Because there's no goddamn stakes. You can sit here and say it was underwritten, underutilized, blah, blah, blah. There's still no stakes in the fucking movie. There isn't. Because at the end of the day, the King of the Monsters, the King of the Apes, they beat the shit out of everything that exists. If you continue on with this pattern, you create no tension, no stakes. There is no fucking villain that can fucking go against them because they're the king of their fucking domain. Do a goddamn Iron Man spinoff. Do a goddamn Thor spinoff. It's that easy.
JR, you're missing the point, though. Shimu and Scar King were supposed to be high stakes, and they were underutilized.
Not Scar King. Not Scar King. Not Scar King.
That is their problem.
Not Scar King, because in the movie and in the novelization, Godzilla banished Scar King. I don't know how Scar King found Shimu. I don't. Like, that's not really explained. It's
they
just
don't
like,
talk about it.
Yeah, they just, they found him, and he took control.
How the hell would Scar King even get a way to control Shimu?
The fucking, that shard.
The dorsal plate. It's her dorsal plate.
And
Right,
again,
but how did he get it from Shimu?
no,
Because
apparently it was broken
MacGuffin.
already. He found it. It was a
He won
MacGuffin.
it in a raffle.
Yeah, he won it.
All I'm saying is if we continue this route where it's always Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla X Kong, Godzilla X Kong, I don't feel stakes.
See,
now, these two villains in this movie were designed to be the antagonists for both of them. Whether it be lazy writing or nobody giving a fuck, that's not my problem. You sold me on this. You didn't fucking deliver. So I, ergo, continue to believe that if Godzilla and Kong team up, there's no stakes unless you do Biollante or aliens.
The big problem with all of this
Or Hedra.
The big problem with all of this is because everything works. Everything works. What Rob says work, what we says work, what Jay says work. Everything works. The problem was GVK should have ended the Godzilla and Kong thing for now.
Yes.
For now. And that's where I agree with JR. And then
That's the Avengers.
Then you have
That's
Kong.
kind of where Wingard wanted to go now.
No, I know that. But what I'm trying to say is that look, we know where we're at. What I'm saying is where we should have ended was GVK and then have Kong in Hollow Earth. That movie, you don't need Godzilla at all. Just Kong exploring Hollow Earth. They could have done everything they did with GXK when it comes to the human element. They could have done everything because they've got to monitor it. Gia is attached. They could have done the entire Gia thing. Her getting the fucking messages. They could have done the entire thing. And then Kong, legit. Kong is only going to become king when Godzilla dies. But had they just did a Kong-centric movie where he finds Scar King, his name is Scar King, and he kills him, he beats him by himself, not in Brazil, in the Hollow Earth. Guess who becomes king? Kong. For the love of God, it's right there. Now again, I don't know if that's Wingard. I don't know if that's legendary All I'm telling you is that's wrong. It's wrong. And now they don't know where they're going. They've got a director who has done one movie that nobody's ever heard of outside of a certain niche.
Yeah.
And is that even going to generate the money in 2-3 years? We don't know. But they fucking missed the mark. They should have they did the GVK. That's what they needed to do. That's what they needed because everything led to that. They needed to do it. They didn't need to make a GXK. And this movie, I don't care how much money it made. I don't. It's not right. It doesn't fit. And when it doesn't fit, we try to make it fit. We give you Biollante. People don't like it. We give you Hedorah. People might not like it. It doesn't fit. If this movie was never made, you could do a Kong movie. You can take Hedorah and make Godzilla versus Hedorah, or the Smog Monster, or Godzilla, whatever the fuck you want to, Godzilla versus Pollution. And you can take everything Rob said about what would it mean for these titans to be dead, decomposing, because there's a bunch of them. I mean, for crying out loud, you've got male Muto, female Muto, the fucking King Muto, apparently, before King of the Monsters. You've got all of these fucking things that can absolutely unbalance nature to create Hedorah. You can. And that could be a Godzilla thing. Whereas down below in the Hollow Earth, and that is where they missed the mark. The idea of making Marvel movies before they started making Marvel movies. Marvel tiered their shit before the Avengers. Legendary said, fuck it, let's go. It was the wrong thing to do.
Let's have a movie where they trap Godzilla in the Hollow Earth, and he can't come back up, and he has to, and they trap all the Titans in the Hollow Earth.
Biollante. I've been saying this for 11 weeks now. 11 weeks now. 11 weeks.
11 weeks, dude.
I mean, that's a lot of hours.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. You're good. Listen,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
we love each other.
They literally, and again, it's not none of our faults. We just want what we want, but they really fucked up. They should have, after GVK, did solo movies.
And King of the Monsters should have been the last one.
Listen, we could argue this shit till the day's end. The fact of the matter is, it's gone off the rails. Whether or not this director can bring it back on track or he continues off the rails is up to him. I don't know. I haven't seen I Am Mother because I don't have fucking Netflix. Rob, you've seen the movie? We can only speculate. But they got a Gareth Edwards. They did. We cannot fucking deny this. They did. Let's see what he has to bring. Let's see him do something that Legendary doesn't interfere with.
You got to remember one thing, too. And this is the crazy thing. It's not like they went out and said, that guy.
No.
They interviewed, okay? So, like,
he put his bid in, dude.
Right. So, it's like with Gareth Edwards, right? They didn't say, we want this guy to make our Godzilla movie because he made a low-budget fucking monster movie that showed the monster for 5 minutes. And I'm not talking Godzilla 2014. But Gareth Edwards made a pitch. They bought it. They bought it. It was a home run. They bought it. It went through. Here we are today. If that didn't work, would we be here today? That's the same thing happening right now. See, because, and that's the fucking craziest part is this guy's got to come in with handling 2 franchises.
And he has to play cleanup and then also know where to take it.
Bro, that's it. Bro, I'm coming to your house right now. I'm giving you a big fat sloppy kiss on the mouth.
So wait.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
But at the same time, a director that has done one movie coming into a franchise with this massive weight, the highest grossing MonsterVerse movie of all time, he's got to follow it up. He's got ideas. He's
The
gotta
pressure's
have
definitely
something.
on,
And that's
sure.
just it. Why did Legendary pick him? Because he must
Destroy
have,
monsters.
because he must have listened to the podcast 11 months ago and said, "This is what we're gonna do." 11 months ago. 11 weeks ago. Oh, who was live streaming 11 months ago?
11 months ago when we talked about Planet X and aliens.
That
That's it.
was a long time ago.
That
Yeah.
was about 11 months ago.
But you know what?
Well, listen.
In all honesty, mad props and love to Grant Sputor because he did
Oh
it.
yeah.
He did it. You know, he's the guy. He's Australian. I gotta be honest, I give him the X factor for that alone.
That's because you're a fan of Mad Max.
No, that I'm not. No.
Well, come on.
I mean, I am, but
Come
no,
on, get
but
it together.
I'm just saying that there's always directors outside of the U.S. that sees things differently. So what he saw growing up, you know, he looks like he's 32, maybe. I don't know. He looks young. He's younger than me. But for whatever he's seen, and now that he got, you know, he's in the director's chair, he's making a movie. But he also's got to follow what the fuck GXK set up. And god damn it, what they set up is not good. See, if he would have been able to
That's the
follow up.
thing, is because we don't know exactly what's going on with this and where it's gonna go.
Look,
Because it could be a completely whole different thing following Godzilla and Kong that just echoes New Empire. We don't know what his vision is.
that's my point. If he would have been the guy that made Godzilla X Kong and had to follow up GVK, different story. Because we know where they're at. We
Yeah.
know where they're at.
Right.
That's the fucking problem. Where
You
they're
know-
at right now, it's you know what?
Listen,
It's a puzzle. I can't wait to be solved.
this director was announced officially 1 day ago. You know what else was number one this week?
This motherfucker. Why are you doing all the goddamn? You know what?
Listen, you keep it up and I'll be in your hot tub.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's number
Right.
one for the week? Godzilla -1. Last week, Shadow dropped right after we did the podcast. Now, Brother Chase was saying this. He was saying this on the podcast last week. Go back 1 week. Just listen to what he was saying. He said, I don't know, man. I think this is coming out tonight. And we were like, it can't be. No, but maybe it could. But he was like, no, it's coming out tonight. Brother Chase, would you love, please, for all of us, to just say how much you were right, relishing that shit, because you were. You fucking nailed it.
I don't know why you and Andrew keep bringing it up. I wasn't right. I knew it was coming out because it was being reported by services on the internet. And I just wasn't believing it, and I was just questioning it. I wasn't someone that just randomly said, I think it's coming out tonight. I saw a listing saying this is being shoehorned in here that said Godzilla -1. And not that I'm like upset about that. It's just I was a thing where I felt like I didn't think Toho would just shadow drop a movie like that, especially with something they want to make money. But because it broke a world record, the only movie to ever become #1 on Netflix and on iTunes chart and other media platforms within a consecutive week of each other is insane. It is pure insanity, and it doesn't even matter because Toho earned its money back anyways. Yeah, I mean, we got that, and ever since, I've been watching it every night since Santa Claus got it for me on Amazon Prime, which, by the way, has the better quality visual version than Netflix. It's brighter, more clear. You actually can tell the UHD on it, and yeah, I think it's fantastic. I'm so glad to see that it's making the #1 spot. Right now it's at #2 on Netflix because of the Under Paris movie is being talked up by everybody, which
those fucking French. You make one Gino fucking French, and you think he can take over the greatest Godzilla of all time?
And that's what Under Paris reminded me of was Jaws and Godzilla '98. And Piranha.
It totally
But
had.
Godzilla -1 being #1 on Netflix, #1 on Prime, #1 on iTunes, and VOD as just basically a whole right now is just great. Is fantastic. And it's great seeing all these people that haven't seen it come out and say like, wow, yeah, this movie was awesome. This movie was phenomenal, great masterpiece. I'm glad seeing that there are people that 100% agree, and it's a majority of people.
I love it. I'll be honest. Like, the fact of the matter that Godzilla -1 not only won an Academy Award for special effects, it generated over $100 million in the States. That's huge. Like, you really, we gotta put that in context, right? Like, that's huge for a Godzilla movie to make that in today's time. That's not a Hollywood blockbuster. Look, there's been 2 Godzilla movies in my time, besides -1, that has come out theatrically. Godzilla 1985 and Godzilla 2000, right? None of them came close to what Godzilla -1 made. Even within... I'm lying. I'll give Shin Godzilla, but the Shin Godzilla didn't get the wide release that 85 and 2000 did. Those movies got wide releases. And I don't know if any of y'all were alive. I'm pretty sure none of y'all were born yet when 85 came out.
Why do you like this?
I'm just letting you know.
I know, I love you.
I was there, and again, and I tell my mom, I say, Mom, and she looks at me, yes, son. And I go, you never took me to see Godzilla 1985, Mom. And I begged and you just pulled me. And I pulled
I'm going to bring this up to your mom. I'm going to bring this up to your mom.
No, don't do that, bro. That's bad business. But let's do it together. But let's do it together. And you know what she's going to make us do, right? Because this is what my mom does. She'll go, okay, motherfuckers. And she'll say it just like that. Okay, motherfuckers. And then we'll go inside. She goes, you got the fucking movie? I go, yeah, Mom, I got the fucking movie. She go, put that motherfucking shit on right now. And then we're going to sit there and we're going to watch it. Instead of having a good time, barbecuing, drinking, we're going to be stuck watching Godzilla 1985.
Oh,
which
no,
we're
it's
probably
such
going
a
to do
terrible
anyway.
time barbecuing, drinking, and watching Godzilla 1985.
No. You missed the point. I said we're not going to be drinking or barbecuing. She's going to make us just watch the movie. I'm telling you. So let's not mention it.
No, we're good.
But
listen,
that's what I'm saying. The fact of the matter is, this Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1, is history. Literally. It says it right there. Godzilla -1 says historic first time record.
so for real, from my end, because I watched it Saturday. Thank you again for buying it on Amazon, but my buddy had Netflix. But, I'm not signed into his Netflix. I watch it at home. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Santa Claus.
Thanks, Santa Claus. Showed it to my Godzilla buddy and my not Godzilla buddy. Same sitting, wifey, me. They really liked it. They thought it was fantastic. The not Godzilla buddy had a few little grievances, but that goes with the Godzilla series. He was like, why is he floating in the water? And I was like, shut up. He's been doing that since the fucking 60s. It's okay. And he's like, oh, all right. Little things like that, it's fine. He really fucking enjoyed the movie. My Godzilla buddy fucking loved it. Some of the other people I've talked to throughout the week that I know in my personal life watched the movie. Some of them really enjoyed it. Some of them really fucking didn't. And we're really confused how it won an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. And I was like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Simple things like that. -1 on Netflix. we'll just talk about the Netflix because that's where it's free to watch that I know of. Number one for a goddamn reason. People are highly interested. I will say, don't watch the dub. It may be good, it may be bad.
That dub was terrible.
Yeah, I thought it was awful. I will put on the Italian dub eventually because Godzilla, Gabagool, that kind of thing. It'll be fucking hilarious, and I'll play Italian music during the whole movie.
Oh my god.
Pizza time specifically. It'll be great. I'm sure I'm not offending anybody, but that's a good time just waiting to happen.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Anyways.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Listen, that's fucking great. Listen, who's Italian here that just got offended? Fucking nobody.
Me?
Exactly. The one Italian guy's not offended. Because I say it to him every 3 minutes.
It's true. But I'd
Listen.
watch that. Shit.
Oh yeah, dude, it's on Netflix. I'm just saying. But all I'm gathering is -1 being number one shows that not only is Godzilla back, but Godzilla's back in his fucking prime. It's his prime. You know, we got the greasy burger with GXK. You got the bacon, the cheese, the grease. It was good at the time, and now you kind of regret it because you got diarrhea. -1 is the filet mignon.
Honorable
Okay.
mention, New Empire was also number 1 spot this weekend on Amazon as well.
Yeah, I'm not just dissing that. I saw it there. That's how I rented it. I was like, oh, there it is. All I'm saying is -1's the filet mignon. Sometimes a greasy burger's okay. I'm about to eat one.
Let me ask y'all this question real quick. Was GXK there at number 1 on Amazon because of -1 being out on Netflix? Because GXK is at, I think, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now on digital? 3 weeks on digital. 3 weeks on digital. It wasn't number 1 for 3 weeks. I'm just saying, there's no fucking way. Because -1 swept when it came out, right? Across the boards, whether it was Netflix, which if you have a Netflix subscription, you got to see it, and it was number 1. Then everything else was, you gotta own it, you gotta like rent it, buy it, whatever the case may be. It was number 1 in all of those things. Number one, which meant people were buying it. So that's my question. Because people were buying Godzilla -1. Did that give an uptick to GXK because it starts with Godzilla? Rob, what do you think?
I definitely think it's possible. Because, I mean, like you said, GXK is in its, second, third week of being available digitally. And, you know, people are probably like, oh, that Oscar Godzilla movie's out. Why don't we check out the other one, too? Definitely what's the word I'm looking for? I guess definitely a win by association, just because, oh, shit, 2 new Godzilla movies? Why not? I haven't seen either of them.
2 new
I
Godzilla
can totally
movies?
see
What
that.
does it mean?
What does it mean? What is this universe I am living in? But, you know, I think that's entirely possible. And, I mean, my mom did the same thing. I showed her -1. She cried. She never thought she'd ever cry watching a Godzilla movie. She didn't want Godzilla to die, cried when he died, thought it was bullshit, the whole 9 yards. And she's like, oh, I'm going to watch that, the one with Kong and the fucking white cat. I'm like, white cat? Oh, Shima. And I think she called me about 30 minutes in, and she's like, I had to turn that shit off.
Oh my god. First off, I love your mom for calling it white cat. Second off, your mom reminds me of my best friend who, close your ears, JR, went to see King of the Monsters and said, nah, and I'm done, and walked out after 15, 20 minutes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, her whole thing was, you know, she was born and raised in the 60s. She grew up in, 60s, 70s, the whole 9 yards. And her idea of a Godzilla movie is what happened in the Showa era. She likes the Showa era stuff. She's not much of a, fan of Godzilla being quote unquote mean or anything like that. So even as a kid, whenever there was like sci-fi, like marathons of the 90s and 80s Godzilla movies. She was just like, nah. I'm like, but Mom, he looks cool. He's fighting a giant plant version of himself that's got the soul of a dead scientist's daughter in there and shit. She's like, what?
It just makes sense. It just makes sense.
But basically, she rented it from Amazon because, you know, there's fucking new Godzilla movie from Japan, new Godzilla movie from America. I'm in a Godzilla mood now. Let's see what it is. And yeah, so she contributed to that.
Which is
and I don't know, that's just nice because I used to watch Godzilla movies all the time as a kid, so that helped too.
And this is why I tell my wife.
But yeah, either way, definitely success by association, and that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And this is why I told my wife. I said, she goes, why didn't you get Godzilla with X Kong? I go, I mean, like, I don't think I want to pay for it, but if it magically pops up in my shelf, I ain't mad. Christmas, wink, wink. My birthday, wink, wink. You could buy it for me. Like, if you're going to buy it for me, this is what I want. Give me that steel book. Like, legit. Don't just half-ass it, right? Like, I don't want the DVD. I want the steel book. But I'm just not going to pay for it. Chase! Godzilla -1 breaking all the records. Oh no, you already said it, but you blew it up. You blew up the fact that
I've already said my
yeah,
spiel.
you blew up the fucking fact that GXK was the most. All right, so let me ask you this real quick, Chase. A simple yes or no answer. Do you think the fact that -1 doing the numbers it was doing gave that advantage to GXK on Amazon Prime?
I think anything's possible, but what I think it is that New Empire has a big following behind it still, and it's still generating hype that people that didn't go to the theaters to see it are checking it out now that it's coming around, and I think that's what it is. I mean, it's possible the coincidence of -1 being a thing, but I think -1 was more of the show than New Empire was, and if you're doing that, I think you're going to pick and choose the curiosity of, well, this was an Oscar-winning Godzilla movie, so let's see that. But you could be on the same side of being like, okay, well, if that one's an Oscar-winning one, let's see this one. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think that's the reason. I don't think it's an associated thing, but I don't know. It could be a thing where it's like, well, there's this Japanese Godzilla movie right now, and then there's this American Godzilla movie thing right now. So let's watch them both and compare. It could be something like that. Who knows? But I don't know. But I personally think it's just because New Empire still has the hype behind it, and that's what's happening with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna go with the guilty by association.
Okay. I love how you answered that simple yes or no question with a monologue. I really do. I do.
Well, I was gonna tell you I'd answer you tomorrow, but you didn't like that last time.
Shut up,
Too
you
long.
dirtbag. I love you. JR.
Yo.
The success of -1 on streaming, is it because of the Academy Award-winning movie, or is it because Godzilla has been in the limelight and they're saying, yo, let's do this?
I think it's because a little bit of the limelight, the Oscar winning, for the film buffs that didn't get a chance to watch it, absolutely. I think limelight, and it could be because Netflix definitely hyped it up. You know, it was a shadow drop, but as soon as it hit the service, you see it everywhere, right? I think it has something to do with that. They're pushing it. They're pushing it like Rob here is pushing the Shin Godzilla 25 centimeter. Watch his review. It's fantastic. I got it on right now.
Thank you.
I think they're pushing it, and that's a good thing because it's a damn good movie. The cultured will, of course, watch it in the uncultured to watch it in dubbed. It's okay. I watched all the others in dubbed. It's all right. They're not as bad as this shit. But I don't know. I think Netflix definitely pushing it to the forefront because they are the ones that got it for the free streaming. If you pay for Netflix, it's there for you. You don't gotta rent it on fucking Prime or Apple TV Plus or Vudu. It's there. Seriously, I think that's a good thing. Netflix has treated Godzilla with respect for the most part, anime trilogy, but it's okay, giant cloud, Galactus, Ghidra. It's okay. We won't talk about that. Oh, no rebuttal? Okay, I win. That just means I win. I mean, come on. But seriously, I think that's what it is. And I really do think its success on Netflix is also based off the fans. The hardcore fan base was there day one. I watched it on Netflix before Prime. And I was there with two of my buddies who had never seen it. We watched it together. So you definitely have to factor that in. Word of mouth for the people that didn't get to watch it in theaters, watch it on Netflix. I told everyone that didn't get a chance to watch it in theaters, watch it on Netflix. It's free on Netflix. If you got money and you don't like Netflix, rent it on Prime. Forgot it was on Vudu and Apple TV Plus for till today. But, thank you. I remember things when people tell me. Thanks, Chase. I appreciate you. You're beautiful. I winked at you if you didn't see. Let me. Oh, the audience can't see. Remember to like and subscribe and share. But yeah, that's my take on it. Yeah. Where's -1, 2? What would you call it? -2.
Godzilla
-2.
subtracts again, bro.
Yeah, this is Godzilla subtracts again. 2 plus 6
Brothers,
equals
I hate to
Godzilla.
do this, but with how late it's getting, I got to dip right now. So I got to figure some things out for my evening.
Listen,
I feel
brother.
you, bro.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
Later, guys.
You have a good one, bro.
Later, fam.
Of course. Later.
And then there were 3, kind of. G1.
Yeah, somewhat.
G1 went P.
Yeah, he went number 1 in the porcelain throne.
I know, right? Sorry, I look at my screen and that was Pokemon. What are you doing? Get it together.
He's back.
I'm sorry. It was a joke.
The man's back, but we're -1.
Oh, Chase left. What happened? That was a good joke. Chase left. He couldn't
was.
handle.
Yeah, he had to go get some stuff planned for the rest of the evening.
Well, I mean, honestly, we've been rocking and rolling for a bit because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we've been watching. We've been together. Let's say that for what, 5 hours now, Rob?
We've
About?
been fucking for 5 hours? Sick.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, oh man. Fuck you, Viagra. But no, we've been not on stream, but we've been rocking for about 5 hours because we were watching the game thing, the not E3.
Summer Games Fest.
Games, not E3, Summer Games Fest.
E3.
Right. So we've been doing that since 2 o'clock Pacific time, my time. It is going on 10 o'clock Eastern time right now. So Rob's been I've been hanging out with Rob. We've been hanging out since fucking 5 o'clock his time. 2 o'clock mine. It's been nonstop. And whoa, 2:37 on the live stream. See, that fucking video game shit fucked me up.
Yeah, it did. It threw us for a loop.
I didn't see anything. I showed up a little late, but I didn't see anything fucking announced that appealed to me. I know you guys told me the original creator of the first Silent Hill game and Siren has a new game coming out. I'm curious about that, but other than that, not a lot.
No, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. Damn. See, this is the problem. You go excuse yourself for a second. Gotta run upstairs, make sure everything is okay. Come back down, ready to say what you gotta say, and then forget what you said, so you can rebuke. Because Chase left. Fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the beer.
Don't blame the beer. It's the podcast.
I can't blame the
Don't
beer.
blame the beer.
Listen, I'm going to blame the fact that it's my ass in your hot tub. Let's go.
Soon.
Yes, in hot tub.
Soon. Not quite
Soon.
yet, but soon. That'll be a
Not
live
quite
stream
yet.
to fucking
29 days.
That'll be a live stream to remember. Oh my god. It'll be
Oh, it's going to be
10
fantastic.
10 minutes. 10-minute live stream. Shortest
Oh, yeah.
live stream of all time. 10 minutes. I digress. It's probably going to be like 24-hour stream. But no, that's not going to happen either.
We discussed a lot of things so far. What else was on the docket?
That was it. Oh, no. Something that I had brought up. Rob brought something up. I posed a question, and I don't have anything for this, so we're just gonna keep it up right here at the official Geek Out image. But here's a question, ladies and gentlemen. AI, okay? Like, is it okay to bring back the fallen? Not even the fallen, I would say that's terrible. The dead. Is it okay for AI to bring back the dead for certain things? For instance, what we were talking about was Dragonheart. Am I mistaken in that, Rob?
Yeah, it was Dragonheart.
Dragonheart. And you were saying that who was the greatest dragon?
Sean Connery?
Sir Sean Connery.
Sir Sean Connery, I'm sorry.
No,
He was knighted
he was knighted.
by a bullshit fucking family.
Oh my god, why do we gotta get political? We're not even at the 3-hour mark yet. That's when we could go bullshit crazy. You know, that's when YouTube is like, yeah, fuck it. Anyhow, I digress. Sean
It's just
Connery
fact.
in Dragonheart, voicing the dragon,
Mm.
now that he's gone, is it okay to use AI to bring him back? Like,
No.
oh wow! All right, I didn't even ask. I didn't even
Nah.
fucking ask y'all.
Keith David.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I think bringing back dead voices or dead appearances from those who have died or AI brought back. Carrie Fisher, the Rise
You know-
of Skywalker. I think it's disrespectful and we're crossing boundaries. We're crossing boundaries that we shouldn't be. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. If someone was to imitate a voice that exists, it is not the same as literally resurrecting them from the dead using computers. That's not okay. At least in my eyes. I think it's disrespectful in many ways. And also it takes away good work for those who have the talent to take up the mantle. Not everything has to be what originally happened. What's wrong with someone else taking up the Sean Connery role in Dragonheart? What's wrong with that? It doesn't have to be Sean Connery. You could have a new dragon. What's wrong with that?
I feel the same way about Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Hey, hold up. Peter Cullen ain't gone yet. That man is a blessing to someone like me who has lived through his every fucking word, literally, as Optimus Prime.
I'm just saying. He's he wasn't my first Optimus, but he is Optimus. And,
Oh shit!
I don't think
Wait, who was Rob? Who
Huh?
was your first Optimus?
Gary Chalk for
From?
Beast Force.
Oh my god! I mean, he's not Optimus Prime. He's Optimus Primal. This was fucking Optimus.
Well,
Prime.
he was Optimus Prime in Transformers Armada.
That came after, though. That came way after. Way after.
He was still Optimus.
No. Oh, I'm not even gonna argue, but you know who Optimus Prime is.
Yes, I know who Optimus Prime is. And he was Optimus Prime in Transformers Armada.
God, Jesus Christ! No, I'm talking about. Okay, you know who Optimus Prime was in every single movie that's ever been coming out, including 1986.
Yes.
Name.
Peter Cullen.
All right, as long as you acknowledge the man, the myth, the legend, for the love of
Bro,
God.
wait, now hold on a fucking second here.
Yes, please go.
Gary Chalk was the first person I heard to take on Optimus Primal and Optimus Prime. Doesn't mean I do not appreciate everything that is, was, and will forever be Peter Cullen.
Oh, God.
I love Peter Cullen. I've watched so many of his Con appearances and fucking like TED Talk-esque appearances and everything, and I hang on the man's every word. He's wholesome and he embodies it to a fucking T. I will never ever discredit the man, the myth, the legend, and I am a #1 fucking Frank Welker fan.
Oh,
I love Frank Welker to my heart's content, and he wasn't my first Megatron. So he's Fred Jones. He's fucking Scooby-Doo. He's friggin' Stripe. He's all the evil gremlins. He's Frank Welker. He's the man from the Ring.
no, like I was like, wait a minute, are you telling me that Fred from Scooby-Doo is fucking Megatron? Okay.
You didn't know that?
Well, dude, you got to remember, I come from a time that there was no internet.
True. My bad.
So,
And it's not like he sounds the same in every role he does either. So
exactly. So, voice acting, you get to know certain characters. Like, I knew Shaggy, right?
yeah.
Let me rephrase that. Let me bring that full circle. I knew Cliff Jumper was Shaggy. But I did not know that Megatron was Fred.
Isn't that the best feeling in the world, though?
Best feeling in the world. But see, and that's the problem with the internet age. And that's not even a problem, like, enough respect. But for the love of God, nothing is sacred. And that is the fucking thing. When I grew up, granted, you know, like nowadays, it was just a commercial. I don't give a fuck what it was. We couldn't afford it. I didn't own every fucking Transformer. I don't have Bumblebee. I had Optimus Prime. That's who I had. That was the only one I could get. Optimus Prime. Later on, I got a bunch of secondhand Transformers. You know, fucking, it didn't make sense. But I didn't have the main cast. I had the ones that were just like very cheap. Oh, they're Transformers, buy it for them. They were cheap. But I didn't have Jazz. I didn't have Bumblebee. I didn't have Ironhide. I didn't have Ratchet. I didn't have Prowl. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have Brawn.
Yeah.
I didn't have none of them. I had none of them. And that was the thing, was like, but again, that's going on a tangent. We're talking about the characters, the voices, and yes, I did not know Fred Jones was Megatron, but I sure the fuck knew Shaggy was Cliff Jumper, because Casey Kasem was on the radio, and you know this, Rob, back on the East Coast. That was the thing.
Oh, yeah. Blew my mind when my grandma told me.
For real. Casey Kasem. He was on the
Real
radio.
stuff.
He was on the radio. He was on the radio. So I was like, oh, I know this voice. Scatman Crothers. I didn't see this. Like, I legitly did not watch The Shining until I was in my 30s.
That's okay. That movie ruined me as a child. I wish I watched it in my 30s.
And to hear Jazz after he was gone. My favorite Autobot. But I digress. It's just a thing. It's just a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell were we going? This is all JR.
AI.
Right. Oh, so, okay. Is it okay to bring Scatman Crothers back for Jazz? He's not that well known. It's a niche thing. Do we use AI to bring Jazz back, like the Jazz that I love?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing could be said for Cliff Jumper. I mean, fuck. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, voiced Cliff Jumper for half an episode, died,
Yeah.
came back and went, oh my god. But I did love that show. I did love Prime. Prime as a series was great. But do we do this? Do we bring back Sean Connery to do the voice?
Nah. See, like, the best thing, like, about those voices and those memories with those movies is that you can always go back to them. TV shows, commercials, the whole 9 yards. You can go back to them, and they're always going to be there. And I don't think we essentially need to go grave robbing so we can relive, like, personal, this is what, I want to hear, this is who I think is best, and, the best, this and that. I think while it is sad knowing that, the voices from your childhood could very well, like, not be the voice of one of your favorite characters forever, I do think that, it's almost poetic in a way that eventually a different generation is going to have to grow up with the character, and that voice is going to be their voice for that character. And I don't know, like, what is it? I had to go through, what the fuck was it? I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was, what was the Arkham prequel game?
Arkham Origins.
Arkham Origins. I was one of those people that was like, wait, that's not Mark Hamill? That's not right. Like, I had to go through that whole, like, little mental spat with myself. And, finding out that some of these animated movies I was watching, it's just like, oh yeah, that's not Mark Hamill. But it's like, you get a different performance, you get a different cadence, you get something that makes that version of the character their own outside of, what you're just used to. And again, I think that's like just part of a character in a franchise moving into a new generation, or even if it's just for a single thing. I feel like that almost helps with the identity for that piece of media, like when looked back upon, a couple years, 10 years later. It really is its own thing. It has its own, like, vibe, its own taste to it and everything. And, knock on wood, God bless. I don't know what I'm going to do that day when Peter Cullen leaves us for the, oh God. But,
go to the Matrix? No, don't even think about that.
I try not to, but unfortunately, it is a part of life, and sometimes when somebody passes, they bring a whole legacy with them. And I think it is much more on the respectful and, honorable side to let them rest and let that version of the character rest while somebody else takes up the mantle and essentially makes it their own,
No, I totally agree with you. You know what drives me crazy? The Netflix trilogy, right? It's not Peter Cullen playing Optimus Prime.
Mm-mm.
But it's a damn good Peter Cullen playing Optimus Prime. With the exception
We're talking
of
about
the trilogy.
We're talking about like Earthspark, Earthrise, and Kingdom, right?
Yes. Like, I buy that. Like, I can hear that voice and I'd be like, that's Optimus Prime. I don't say that's Peter Cullen. I say, that's Optimus Prime. Right?
Mm.
The problem I had with that, though, is he took his time speaking sentences. Yeah, it was like, dude, what the that's not Optimus Prime. But
yeah,
the voice.
I didn't hate that. I didn't hate that at all, really, but
Oh man.
I do feel bad for the kid.
I hated it because
I don't know if you know the story behind all that or anything.
no, I don't actually know. Please enlighten me.
The voice actor for Optimus in that Netflix series was actually, I believe, found on TikTok because he was an impressions guy. And I don't believe he had any voice acting experience prior to that. So basically, he was hired by that studio because they're like, oh, you do a good Prime imitation. And, you know, a lot of things got caught in between the wheels because, you know, this is like his first time, like technically voice acting. And he's doing it with lines that he's not familiar with. He's doing it with, you know, a different kind of context met. And I feel like a lot of people were really hard on him. And I don't think that's fair, especially after finding out that I believe that was his first voice acting gig ever. And that being said, I don't remember the gentleman's name who they got from Megatron, but I thought he was a damn fine Megatron too. Just throwing that out there.
So, I did not know that. And I can't say that I changed my opinion on it. I can't.
Yeah, I believe me, I get it.
But I don't blame him now. I don't blame him. I blame Hasbro. I blame Netflix. I blame Netflix.
Oh, especially.
What was
Oh,
that?
I was just agreeing with you.
Oh yeah.
Like I especially agree with you.
Yeah, you gotta blame them. You can't blame. This is, and again, this goes to Star Wars. I don't blame Daisy. Oh, Gamsey went back in the house.
Hello?
What it do?
Are y'all still recording?
Yeah, believe it or not, we are still live. But JR, I don't know what happened. He went mute, and then he just went poof.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He was very animated,
That's
though. He looked like he was arguing with somebody. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, gotcha. So, how has the live stream been?
Very good. We're talking about, and I want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
AI using deceased actors' voices.
Only if said actor explicitly gives permission for that, written down permission for that before their death, and number two, all the proceeds, like the AI voice per line, should be paid to the voice actor's estate. Per line, just like they would be paid per line if.
Oh, I think Gam done phased out.
Morally
phase
acceptable.
back.
Gams, I think you phased out, brother. You say that again?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
Okay. So it's only morally acceptable, in my opinion, if they get explicit written permission from the voice actor before they die, and two, any line that is said by the AI voice, like, it should be paid to the estate per line, per word basis, just like, you know, when the actor was alive, they would get paid per word, per line. And that should just go to the estate, their children, whatever have you, you know?
That makes sense. That
See, yeah, that's the only way I could see AI being used post-mortem would be morally correct.
see, in that regard, yeah. But let's look at the caliber of the actor, right?
Okay.
I want Goku's Japanese voice actress to forever be Goku.
Masako Nozawa.
Right. I want her to forever be Goku. Forever. even after I'm gone. I want to because that's Goku, right? She did.
That's Goku, yeah.
She did things that she lived Goku's life. That's Goku. Whoever comes after her, how do we do it? You know what I mean? How do we do it?
One of two ways. Either she gets recast post-mortem if she does not agree to have her voice trained to an AI, or if she agrees, an AI could be sufficient, especially if somebody like AI talking by itself, it still is not perfect. It sounds robotic. But if you layer the AI voice on top of somebody else acting, then it actually becomes near inconceivably like close. Like you can barely tell a difference. My main example of that being Glorb, because Glorb, his raps, the dude raps himself and then he just adds the SpongeBob AI voices on top of his raps to make it sound like the characters. He's not just like typing in prompts and having the AI voices rap for him. So I could see it like I said, explicit written permission, per line basis, her estate get her children or whoever gets a cut of any profits or whatever, and then it's fine. If none of those things, if she doesn't agree or if they don't honor that, then absolutely they need to replace her with somebody else rather than use an AI, because it's not morally correct.
All right. Oh, holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the 3-hour mark of this live stream. JR fell off. We don't know what happened to JR, but Rob's still here, even though it's very late over there. And Gam, are you done with work right now?
Yeah, I'm on my way home right now.
All right. So let me ask you this question. Especially with Dragon Ball, right? In that regard. Unfortunately, and sadly, Akira Toriyama passed away. So
he did.
There's no more Dragon Ball coming from the creator, right? Do we continue?
But he still has his direct successor in Toyotaro.
Okay, so we are continuing.
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Super manga is not stopping anytime soon because Toyotaro is still heavily in charge of that whole manga. Dragon Ball Daima is still coming out. That got mostly finished before Toriyama's passing, at least the script writing and all that.
But is that original Dragon Ball stuff, or?
Yeah. Dragon Ball Daima is basically like a new Dragon Ball story. We're not quite sure where it takes place in the timeline, but it's definitely like 100% written by Akira Toriyama, and it was oversaw by Toriyama up until his death. And that's supposed to come out sometime this year.
It's like, is that GT? I mean, like, is that GT Part 2? Like, it's frustrating.
I mean, a lot of people, like, gut reaction thought it was going to be GT Part 2, but the thing of it is Toriyama has direct involvement, so it might actually have some creative choices in it that surpass GT, even with the whole, everybody turning into children thing.
Okay.
So we'll just have to see what happens, with all
his
that.
Other works are still getting adapted too. I mean, they're making the Sandland movie, and
They are.
the game came out. I did see a tiny blurb, grain of salt, that apparently his other short story, well, it's not really all that short, but Kawa was apparently going to get turned into a movie as well. Don't know how true that is, but he's gone, but his work ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
And not for a little bit. He had a bit lined up, before his final moments.
Same thing with the guy who made Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, Kazuki Takahashi.
Good point.
Yeah.
That's
He's
a good point.
still got shit coming out and merchandising, new stories, the whole 9 yards. So.
I mean, the
Yeah,
estate just
it's,
keeps getting
Oh,
richer.
We're
Like, legit.
we're good for right now.
Mm.
All right, yeah, that was my thing. It was
I'm-
like I was worried because I'm like, and that's the whole thing with this topic. It's like, is AI a
And, like-
hindrance or what? Like, personally, I don't know. I like let the dead stay dead. Look, but then at the same time, if you tell me that we're gonna get a new Batman animated series, right? And we're just gonna
I don't think Kevin Conroy can consent anymore because he passed away
No, that's
long
my-
before the AI boom started.
but he's had I granted Kevin Conroy doesn't have children, but what if Kevin Conroy's partner says go ahead?
I mean, that is indeed up to his partner, and I hope his partner would pursue it in the most professional legal manner possible, which would again mean that any line that the AI says in Kevin Conroy's voice, he would get royalties for.
And you don't think somebody that doesn't want to work is gonna not say go ahead, please do it?
AI is a very touchy subject because, like, a lot of people are scared that it's just going to straight up replace jobs, and we don't want to replace jobs. We want to enhance the jobs. It's supposed to be a tool, not a replacement.
Get that?
Mm-hmm.
I get that. And there's been a bunch of Batmans after Kevin Conroy where I was like, okay, that actually works as Batman. But Kevin Conroy is my Batman.
True. I mean,
Like, legit, that's my
just
Batman.
just look at Arkham Origins. Roger Craig Smith, I feel, killed it with Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah.
That was Roger Craig Smith as Batman?
No, it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure that was Roger Craig Smith.
I thought that was, what's his fuck? Troy Baker.
Troy Baker was the Joker.
No, Troy Baker did the Joker.
He did the Joker.
Oh, okay. Roger Craig Smith was Batman in that? Jesus.
He was.
I learned something new today. Sonic the Hedgehog is fucking young Batman.
What?
Well, in terms of inflection and actual like tone of voice, I would say closer to it being Ezio Auditore da Firenze is a young Batman.
Who?
Yeah, for real.
Ezio Auditore da Firenze, the main protagonist of Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and a third game.
Hold up. What the hell?
What happened? Hello?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm just like, why is Batman not top billing? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm just,
Batman
like,
is
stunned.
not top billing. What the hell? Who was it you said?
Roger
Craig
Smith.
Smith. I am now home. Cruz is here.
Hey, Cruz, welcome to the fucking live stream. Roger Craig Smith.
Yo.
Not here at all. All right, let's go back.
Hello.
Let's go back. Let's
Hold on.
I believe that. I believe you, but for whatever reason, okay, there it is. Okay, Batman Batman, Bruce Wayne, voiced by Roger Craig Smith and 3 others. What?
Yeah. Told ya.
Jesus, that is fucking bonkers.
Oh,
I love a king with range.
Okay, that's stupid.
I feel like Roger could probably kill it as just the official successor to Kevin Conroy.
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
God damn.
You know who would make
I
a
love
great
that
Batman?
Mm.
I would make a great Batman. That's not true. That's not true. I have not been practicing that since 1993. I have not. But God, I wish. But God, I wish. I want to be Batman.
Who doesn't want to be Batman? Like, God. Hell yeah.
But seriously. But you know what?
Hold on. Going back to Dragon Ball for a second.
Uh-oh.
Did y'all see something about Sparking Zero that wasn't in the Summer Games Fest trailer?
No.
You can make your own what if scenarios and post them online for people to play.
Oh. So you're modding the game for people who don't want to play through the regular game. I like that.
Yeah. Basically, you're modifying the story. Like, you could insert Perfect Cell into the Tournament of Power instead of Frieza. You could make it so that Goku turns Super Saiyan during the Saiyan arc, or what have you. And like, I think it'll even have like cutscenes, depending on like what you set up as the scenario.
So
Does that mean I can do the entire Cell arc with Cell looking like Imperfect Cell the entire time because that's the best Cell design ever?
really? Serious?
Maybe.
Sick.
I mean, Imperfect Cell does look good, but I mean, Perfect Cell is perfect.
It's perfect.
It's a good
Perfect Cell is a pretty boy with a ziti noodle for a head.
Come on, man. Oh my God. Maybe it's because I'm a product of the time. And again, I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I thought Dragon Ball was something completely different. And then I was like, oh shit, this is different. This is nuts. I didn't see. Cell was exactly what Cell needed to be, perfectly where he was perfect.
Or like, you could have it where Goku heals from the healing pod before Frieza reaches his final form. So you could have Goku fight Xenomorph Frieza.
Xenomorph Frieza. I need to pick up that SH figure when it's released. I love that shit.
His third form looks like a Xenomorph. Tell me it doesn't.
No, it does. It does. Absolutely.
He does not look like
Xenomorph with lips.
Yeah. The elongated head, like, didn't King Cole do that same shit too?
It's really funny though. Like, look at that. That's a Xenomorph.
That's a Xenomorph.
All right. You know what?
That's a banana.
You know what? I think this is where we end the stream. We did 3 hours. We're good to go. This is it.
All right.
So, Rob, thank you for joining us today.
Of course. As always, it's always a fun time chatting, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some. Okay, I'm stopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's like 45 minutes away from Philly. But I digress. Gams, thank you for intermittently joining the stream.
Yeah. I wish I could get Fridays off so I could be here for the whole thing, but it is what it is.
No, I hate you.
Depending on if they have depending on if they have Wi-Fi, I might be able to join for the whole thing next Friday.
Oh, well, shit. Let's go. Let's do it. I want to thank Chase. Chase, thank you for all your input on where the Monsterverse should go next, right?
Of course, absolutely. I've just provided the most valuable of input.
Yeah, you're right, Chase. Biolancy. You're right. You're absolutely right. And JR, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. That'll do it for this live stream episode of the fucking Godzilla Block Party. Oh, that's the name, you guys. The Geek Out. Oh my God. It's been a long time. We've had a couple of beers.